What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the stream today. I saw Atlas in there. I saw Sonic Chow. San, what's up, San? How's it going? You're playing Fire Emblem, Three Houses. I assume Three Houses, of course. Maybe it's not, but... how's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. Nick Meister as well. Welcome, welcome. Few updates to the shiny hunting. Firstly, if you notice in that top corner there, that number is huge now. When we left the stream last Tuesday rather, the number was at 1550 encounters. I was busy. I got to work. This weekend was a long weekend here in Canada. For some people, it's kind of like a, I don't know, like it's a stat holiday, whatever that means. But yeah, so I was off yesterday, and I spent basically like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all with one goal in mind, which was to get this shiny Heracross. Obviously, it did not come true. Otherwise, we would be purifying and nicknaming the shiny Heracross right now. That did not happen, unfortunately. But we're that much more in it. We're now more than a quarter of the way through full odds. Of course, you're not guaranteed to get it on full odds, obviously. But it still is a pretty good little, little jump, I guess, a little boost. And I mean, at this point, it's really, really real. Like, any one of these, it's very unlikely that you're going to get a shiny in the first, like, 1,000, right? Of any full odds hunt. If you do, you are extremely lucky, and you should count your blessings. However, we are now far beyond that. We're now, between 2,000 and 3,000, which is kind of a sweet spot for me in the past, between 2,000 and 4,000. Obviously, not always, but we got, we have gotten Pokemon between those numbers before with full odds. I'm thinking of the Johto remake specifically. But yeah, so welcome. I see Melissa. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Just, been shiny hunting. I also caught something really cool. I was showing this in my Discord, but I gotta show you guys something real cool. Sorry, I will also try to continue the actual hunt, of course. Also, Three Houses is one of my favorite games of all time. Wow. I've heard really good things. No spoilers, please. I do plan on playing it at some point. I just, right now, am gonna save my money a little bit. But yeah, I definitely will get around to playing it eventually. Oh, I'm actually hatching some eggs right now, so let's see what we get. I wish I could, like, show... Oh my god, a shiny Scyther! Oh my, I literally just hatched a shiny Scyther on stream. Oh my goodness, that's... Holy crap, you cannot plan that. That's actually amazing. Wow. Okay, so we got a shiny, guys. It's not Heracross, but on Pokemon Go, I literally, an egg just hatched into a shiny Scyther. Sick. Let's go, baby. I wasn't even going to show that. I didn't realize I had eggs that were going to hatch. Wow. Holy. And sorry to anybody who's, was half paying attention and was like, did this man just get a shiny Heracross? I did not. But I did get a shiny Scyther. Let's go, baby. Wow. I'm definitely going to evolve that. I hope the stats are good. I'm going to get it appraised right now. It's pretty good. It's 3-star. It's probably like in the 80 to 90 range, I would say. But, wow. Nice. I think I have a few more eggs, too. Here's another egg. Here's another egg. I don't know what it's going to turn into. What do we get? Regular Skarmory. Okay. I had a few eggs, like, ready to go. So there's probably, yeah, there is another one. All right. I need to reset this game as we do this. It is a regular Magnemite. Yes, regular Magnemite. Nothing special. And I think that's gonna do it for my eggs. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, that was unexpected, but certainly pretty amazing. I cannot wait to have a shiny Scizor. That's sweet. You have better luck in Pokemon Go. I do. So literally, okay, the whole reason I even wanted to show you guys Pokemon Go, the whole reason I even opened that was actually a pretty cool moment. But yeah, the reason I opened it is because earlier today, I hatched a shiny Bonsly from one of the festival eggs. That Scyther, though, was not from... That was just, like, a random egg. Like, that wasn't from the, like, festival or the Go Fest stuff. Like, that's literally... was just, like, a 5K regular egg. So that's really cool. But yeah, I got a Bonsly. I believe, also, for the record, I don't know which one, but I'm pretty sure the Bonsly was from either Zane or Mortix because it came from Pennsylvania. And I won't say specifically in Pennsylvania because I don't want to, like... But it did come from Pennsylvania, and I believe you two are, like, the only people I know who are... So, yeah, who I trade with actively, I would say. But yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. Shiny Scyther in Pokemon Go to go with my shiny Bonsly. I got some life updates to share with you. Jojo got a job in Austin, and now him and I are living together. Oh my god, you're living together. That is insane. Yo, shiny Scyther, you guys are living together. I can already tell it's going to be a good stream. It's going to be a good stream, guys. Wow, that's... when it, like... Let's be honest, when is the last time that we got a shiny on stream? Let's make, like, can we go for 2? Do you think we'll end up getting 2? But yeah, I literally just, like, I was like, why don't I just show the stream this egg as it hatches before the Bonsly anyway? Because, like, it's not like it's going to be, it's a 5K egg. It's not going to be shiny. It's not like a special egg or anything. Yep. So that is pretty sick. Oh, awesome. Yes, Nick Meister. I've definitely been noticing that you had the other account, and we've been, like, trading in that one as well. With the increased gifts, I'll probably start trading with your original account as well, or the other account that I'm best friends with. I usually don't do that because I only have so many gifts to go around, and if we're, like, best friends already, there's not a whole lot of incentive. But because I just have, like, unlimited... I think I have, like, 20 gifts in my inventory right now. At some point, I'll probably do a trade. Now that my eggs have hatched, probably, actually. But, yeah. Stan, if it started with an O, it's from me. I will check that. Yes, it is from you. It is from you. Wow. It does start with an O. So, yeah, thank you, Zane, for the shiny Bonsly, dude. I love how it, like, actually like, so the eggs are, like, any Pokemon that hatches from the egg takes on the, like, where it was originally, like, caught, right? Where the gift was found and the Pokestop was spawned. I think that's such a cool little touch. So, I have this, like, Zane-specific shiny Bonsly, which is, like, I'll just name it after you. It is male, so I will literally name it after you right now. Because without you, I don't have this Bonsly. Just plain and simple. Zane. Zane in the membrane. Yeah, and I just want to double check the Scyther. I want to make sure that it was caught in... Yeah, Toronto, Ontario. It was not a special egg. That's what I'm saying. Crazy. Let's go, baby. I gotta show... I have a buddy, Dennis, who is super into Pokemon Go, and he was already mad at me about the one shiny today, so he's gonna enjoy the second shiny. But yeah, Pokemon Go has been great this summer. If you can't tell, I'm super into it. I did Routes Community Day. I need to get more Sinnoh Stones, though, because I don't have any right now to get a shiny Gallade, which is unfortunate, because it can't learn Synchronize now. I missed my window, but oh well. There's better attacks anyway, I'm pretty sure. Today is the day for shiny Pokemon. Yo, it could be. And I'll be honest with you guys, as much as, like, I was trying to get it on the weekend, obviously, we went from 1550 to 2100 encounters for this Heracross. I really do want it to happen on stream, which right now the odds are not in the favor that it would happen on stream for every, like, you know, I did like 500 plus on the weekend. I'm only going to do 50 tonight. We're going to go to 2150, whatever. And so It's obviously so much more unlikely, but I really want it to happen on stream because I want to be able to enjoy the moment with you guys. Of course, if I ever do catch the Heracross off stream, and the whole reason I'm even doing that is just because if I don't, it's not going to get caught anytime soon. So I need to make it, and I really do. I've been really enjoying just shiny hunting the Heracross in this game while throwing something on the TV and kind of just like relaxing, like doing it as an aside to something else. It's been really fun. So if it didn't take forever, I'd probably just stream them, but it does take forever, and you know, you guys don't want to see me for 4 hours just like a zombie one day after the next so I am going to do that one more like in my spare time. However, I hope that when we eventually do catch the shiny Heracross, that it is on stream. If it is off stream though, I will immediately try to go live as best as I can and share it with all you guys, and you know, we'll purify it and nickname it and all that stuff. So don't worry about that. It just, you know, I'll have to record. Well, I'm always recording when I'm playing and shiny hunting in this game, just in case it does happen. But anyway, yeah, I finally get a shiny named that. I know it's been a while. It's been a while. But as best friends, we could become lucky friends. So if we ever meet up, we could do a good trade. Oh, true. I didn't know that. Yeah, I know, Nick. I know that it's not a synchronize isn't great. It's just like the fact that like I'll never be able to get it even if I wanted to now, you know? Well, maybe I could. I don't know. They do some weird things in Pokemon Go. They'll like bring stuff back and I don't know. But anyway. But yeah, so that's awesome. Shiny Scyther. I'm sending that photo to Dennis right now. He's gonna be like, "Oh my god." I bet that's gonna be his reaction is, "Oh my god." I needed some water after all that hype. But yeah, so how have you guys been doing? Obviously, Melissa, you and Jojo are into some big life things. So that's amazing, and that's, like, you know, incredible. And yeah. But how about everyone else? Did you guys have a good weekend? I know it's Tuesday now, and I don't think you guys in the States or Europe or anywhere else had a long weekend. But yeah. I'm alright. That's good, Sonic. That's good. Did you enjoy that episode of OKKO with Sonic in it? In December, there will probably be a second anniversary for Community Day, so you could get synchronized then. Exactly. I know they always do that sort of thing. Man, I really, though, to your point, Nick Meister, I really do at some point need to go to an actual, like, Pokemon Go Fest somewhere in the world. I wish they'd do anything in Canada, because I'm sure it would be in Toronto or Vancouver, and that's much easier for me to get. Obviously, Toronto's, like, my backyard, but even Vancouver is, like, slightly easier than if it's, you know, in Chicago or, is it Dortmund? Or any place like that. And whenever I go to Tokyo, it's never in the summertime, so I always miss out. But, yeah, because I'd love to do some, like, you know, exclusive trades with people, especially any people from, like, Florida or that area, because you can get, what, like, Corsola, Heracross, Carnivine? Is it Carnivine? Or... yeah, I don't know. But they're, like, a ton, for sure. Nice, Sonic, nice. They might redo the 2019 Community Days for December. I imagine they would. It seemed to go pretty successful last year. Though, I actually, because Canada sucks to shiny hunt in... well, you know this, Zane. You're in Pittsburgh, so you have an understanding of, like, the winter temperatures. I find myself... I can't get into the game the same way in the wintertime. And so when they do that event, like, near Christmas, it always just, like... it's like, I will do a little bit of walking, but not enough to ever, like, warrant anything crazy, usually. Excuse me. Like, I tried last year, and, like, I think Nad might have found, like, a shiny Charmander or something. I don't know. I don't remember, but I didn't find anything. In fact, on one of our walks, she got a shiny Coughing not long ago, and I didn't get an Ekans or a Coughing or a Sneasel. So, yeah. I never thought they would reference the OVA. Yeah, that was cool. You can tell that the writers definitely, you know, had some inspiration, so that's really nice. But yeah. Oh, I also watched Evo a bunch this weekend. I don't know if you guys are into fighting games at all, but I watched a bunch of Evo. Specifically, Smash Bros was like my block. I love Smash Bros. Watching it competitively and playing it amateurishly. Yo, Quartz, what's up? Playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. You too, eh? And I'm having a lot of fun with it. Try to make next stream, but good luck. Thank you so much, Quartz. Yeah, it's a very popular game. People seem to be really loving Fire Emblem Three Houses. I know Roy's like my resident like Fire Emblem guru, and he says it's really good so far. So I will definitely be picking it up. I don't know when, but I will be picking it up, and I can't wait to try it. The move is called Synchronoise. I was corrected several times on the move. Really? I never realized it was Synchronoise. Does that mean all the like shiny hunters who always tried to like sync up the natures have been pronouncing it wrong all these years? 'Cause that's not good. But yeah, I'm even playing Super Smash Bros. Music, although technically it's taken from all of the individual games that make up that one game, other than obviously menu themes and like original compositions. But I would recommend Blue Lions first. Okay, fair enough. I'm just glad it's all in the same like game, because like I mean Fates, right, was all over in many different games, unless you had the special edition. But that cost extra money, right? So it was like to get all three on one, it costs a little extra money. And I know like they bundled the DLC of Revelations with like, you know, it was like less, if you had the other two, it was like less money or whatever. But still, it's just nice that this time it's like you don't have to just, I actually did benefit and had the special edition version. But still, I know a lot of people who didn't, and it just seemed like it sucked to not be able to just pick on the go, you know, or on the fly. But yeah, and what do you guys think about that? If you are playing Pokemon Go, of course, what do you think about the Rocket, like the Shadow Pokemon missions? I was really looking forward to it. Obviously, being a fan of these games the way I am, and my new love and appreciation for Colosseum specifically, I was like, yo, Pokemon, Shadow Pokemon are gonna be cool, and I'm a little disappointed with them, honestly. Game audio not working or not? It is. I have, like, I basically have to choose sometimes between, like, so, like, I can turn that down and then turn up the game audio so it's a lot more, you know, on. It just depends. I had it very, like, muffled under. I guess, obviously, the other audio was drowning it out, which is cool, too. I can play this music for a little while. I still, weirdly enough, I guess because it's still, like, my first game in this specific series, like ever shiny hunting, but I'm still not really sick of like this theme or the theme of the actual battle, like the battle theme. I still really enjoy them, and I think also part of that might be because we have been listening to music in the back. Even this weekend, I was not really listening to the music, so it still hasn't like grated on me the way that like other, like the Alolan battle theme, by the time Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came around, is a little different, but like it was basically like the same, and it definitely like got to me after a while, you know. The Team Rocket invasions are okay, but I only do them for the Stardust pretty much. It is a little disappointing. Apparently Giovanni was like popping up in pictures though with Sneasel, or I just saw, I guess they used Sneasel as, I don't know, but at the is it Yokohama Pokemon Go Fest? Will you play XD for fun after this game? I would not be opposed to playing XD. I probably would not buy it though, because these games are expensive sort of nowadays. If I could find like a friend or something who could like lend it to me, then why not, right? What up, Wetzel? Wait, we are still doing this? I thought you got it. No, sir. No, sir. This is the hardest shiny hunt I've ever done, bar none. There's nothing I think that's even like really comparable to this. I mean, I crunched some of the numbers, and the first 300 alone probably took us like 100 hours. Like 100 hours just for that first 300, because I didn't really know what I was doing as good as I do now. I didn't have it like down like that. We weren't using the Master Ball. So that took a long time. And basically, if we go to like all 8,000 encounters, we'd basically be hitting like 400 hours. Like I think at this point, I've done about 15 to 1,600 hours total into this game, which is like, I'm pretty sure by far the most I've ever put into, did I say 1,500, 1,600? I meant, sorry, I meant 150 to 160 hours total. That's my bad. I was rounding up because of the encounter number. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I've used way too many healing items for stupid Rattatas. I've also, that's the other thing I've noticed for sure as well, is that I used to have to get rid of healing items because they were like taking up too much space in my bag, and I'm too cheap to upgrade. And now I'm like, I can't hold them long enough, especially revives. I'm noticing myself, because you know, you go on like, I'll go on one walk and hit like, you know, 7 or 8 of these like rocket stops, and all of a sudden, you know, let's just say only one of my Pokemon goes down, but that's like 8 Pokemon per day that just are gone, like that need to be revived now. So yeah, I promise I'm not just like really trash at them. Like I usually do pretty good. I have enough high-level Pokemon to, like, take down Team Rocket. It just, yeah. The whole Shadow Pokemon and Pogo will do better soon once more people on Legendaries are introduced as Shadows. I mean, it's going to be interesting. So, the thing I've always kind of noticed with Niantic is that they're very, very heavily... And this isn't their fault. This is the whole series, let's be honest. But just they really prioritize Generation 1, right? Even a lot of these Shadow Pokemon are Gen 1 Shadow Pokemon. In fact, I don't know if I have a single Pokemon that's not Gen 1. I think some exist, but I don't think I have any. Other than, like, Crobat, which obviously is, like, came later. But you catch it as, like, a Zubat or Golbat or whatever. So, yeah, it feels very Gen 1-y. So, I don't even know if, like, Niantic's gonna have the foresight to be like, people really like Shadow Lugia. We should do Shadow Lugia and make it the actual Shadow Lugia from the games, Shadow Lugia. But I don't know if they will. They should. For sure they should. But it'll be interesting to see if they actually do it. I need a shiny Shadow Charizard. That would be sick. That would be sick. 8K is at the odds for it. Yes, Wetzel. Yeah, it is the typical 8,192 full odds. And it's a great looking shiny. You can see it, how weird it is in the like bottom corner there. Hopefully it shows up sooner rather than later. I'm really hoping, because I would bet right now before Sword and Shield come out, I could probably maximum get to like 5,000 encounters. And so like, I'm really hoping we catch it somewhere between now and 5,000. I don't really, like, I would obviously rather it sooner than later because it just means we can start everything else sooner. But honestly, if I can just get it before Sword and Shield come out, I'll be very happy, because I know when Sword and Shield come out, I'm going to have to like kind of realign what I'm doing. I'm gonna, because I'm gonna want to play that game. Like, I'd be buying that game regardless as a Pokemon fan. Why would I not stream it? You know what I mean? So, yeah, and like I just know I'll be like super hyped on that game and want to like play it and stuff. So, yeah, I'm really hoping we can at least get the shiny Heracross before that. Maybe spend like, you know, the last part of November, December doing Sword and Shield stuff. Maybe in a little bit of January, and then starting in like February, we can start to like cycle back into the actual, you know, the ribbon quest with the shiny Shadow Heracross, and then also the you know, continuing whatever we might be doing with Sword and Shield, depending on how those games go. For all we know, maybe Game Freak's like, yeah, no, you don't need shinies either. Like, who knows, right? But yeah. Nice. Congrats on the Switch, Wetzel. What games do you got for it? Gotta sleep. No worries, Kevin. Thanks so much for tuning in. And yeah, no worries. Don't ever feel guilty for being tired. No worries, man. I've literally canceled streams for being tired before, so like, don't worry. For more potions and revives, it's better to build gyms, gold, and spin them frequently. I also think that might be part of the reason why they're letting you like trade and accept more gifts lately, is just because like it means that like hopefully more people will start sending gifts again, and then you will hopefully get more like revives and stuff through that as well, right? It seems timed. I know like technically it's for a whole nother thing, but it seems like the two events are kind of like they complement each other very nicely, I guess is what I'm saying. I have 2 non-Gen 1 Shadows. Which ones? Houndour and Marshtomp. Yo, both actually pretty cool. I'll be honest, both pretty cool. Yeah, those are some solid ones. Just want to say, oh, sorry, I already read that. I think DX has more Gen 2 Shadow Pokemon. DX, you mean XD? We were talking about Pokemon Go specifically, Sonic Chow. Because actually, this game has a lot of Gen 2. I mean, including the one we're literally going after right now. Also, oh my god, I just saw when the number on the ribbon, because there's so many ones in it, which like obviously don't take up as much space, it's so like towards the left right now. It's really funny because when it was at like 2,000 even, I reset it so it was like perfectly aligned. But I guess like 2,000 is so much like wider than 2,111. But either way, very funny. Yeah, they did. They actually did add Shadow Pokemon. Breath of the Wild, Pokken, and Mario Kart Shield pre-order going back and forth if I'm going to get Smash. Smash is really fun, dude, but it's kind of like, if you've never really been like super into Smash before, I don't know if this is the game to change your mind. It's definitely like a super polished, super fun, and you do get your money's worth, for sure, but like, it's kind of like a super upgraded version of the Wii U version with like, obviously like more characters, more stages, not many more stages, but more stages for sure. As well as like the Spirit mode, which is I personally enjoyed. The World of Light, that was pretty cool. And yeah, but it's like it's totally based, I think, on like if you like Smash Bros or not. Like it's if you weren't a big fan of Wii U, I don't know if this game's the one to change your mind. However, all those other games that you got, astounding. Mario Kart 8, one of the best games ever made. Breath of the Wild, one of the best games ever made. Shield, of course, like, you know, Pokemon fans, we're gonna get those games. Like, it's gonna happen. Sonic Link, welcome, welcome. Oh, also, for anyone, I don't think anyone is wondering this, but just in case you were, the opponent, Dioge's, his Heracross never shined either, so we have gone all this way. We've gone, you know, over 2,000 encounters now, and not a single shiny Heracross has been seen. Again, if even his Heracross, like, shined, whatever the pluralization of that is, I would show it to you guys. I would record it, I would play it at the top of a stream. I might not, like, go live in the moment, but I'd probably, like, tweet about it. I'd probably, like, make a thing about it, because I'd be like, oh, man. I'd put it in my Discord for sure. So, yeah, definitely do not fret if for whatever reason that was, like, troubling you or anything, because, yeah. Would it be okay to put you as my highlight stream while I stream my shiny hunt in Let's Go? Yeah, sure. Feel free, Otaku Zone. Yeah, that'd be an honor. I haven't played since June. It's a good game. I'm just saying, like, and it's definitely a game that is really good in the summer. Like, I now understand. For a long time, I never understood a few people who were like, who quickly got to level 40. Some people I know who got to level 40 and like really, really, really worked hard at it. And then there's other people who also worked hard, but like it seemed like they got there quicker. And I was like, how did these people like close that gap so fast? And to be perfectly honest, it's like if you live in like a warm climate city like all year round, you're gonna get to level 40 so much faster because the game's never gonna like stop for you. You're never gonna have to like, you know, decide between like staying warm or like having to go out and find that like shiny whatever or do that event. And so yeah, it's definitely slightly easier for people in like all year round climate. However, I'm actually kind of happy that I'm still not at level 40 because I do feel like that's part of why I'm still really like into the game, is that there's still like a ceiling for me to keep trying to aspire to. I'm currently like level 36, I think. So I'm up there, but certainly like I got a ways to go. I know it only gets like harder with each level by quite a bit. So I will get there eventually, but it's like I'm not in any like rush, I guess. What's the rarest Switch game, Sonic? Man, homework sucks. I just want to play Dragon Quest XI. Well, I guess it isn't so. Do you have the? Oh, true. So I guess like the one coming on the Switch is Dragon Quest 11. What's the? There's like a subtitle to it. A definitive edition, right? But yeah, what's your favorite shiny Eevee, Lucian? I think it's got to be Umbreon, right? Like I love Umbreon, but I think shiny Umbreon is even better than regular Umbreon. It's really, really solid. Although the yellow and black is pretty sick too. But the blue rings, the yellow eyes, and the black all together, it's just, oh, it's so good, so good. So probably that one. And then I think in second, probably Sylveon. I think it also, like, just makes it look awesome. It's a nice, like, reversal of the color scheme, I guess. It's cool. I think they definitely need a level, like, raise at some point. Because, yeah, 40, it's weird that, like, it was 40 back when it came out, and it's still 40. It's been, like, 3 years. You'd think that, that they would, just raise it to, like, 45. Like, make it, I'm sure there's, like, a ton of people who've been stuck at 40 for a long time now, and, like, would just really appreciate raising it. The physical copy of Bayonetta 1 on the Switch? It was on the Switch? Interesting, Sonic Chow. Well, there you go. Maybe you discovered the first rare Switch game. So we're at 21-13. We're making some progress, especially given that Scyther I got. Dennis, he didn't say, oh my god. He said, bruh. Bruh. It's extra small, though. It's an extra small shiny Scyther. In case you guys didn't see earlier, I hatched a shiny Scyther on stream in Pokemon Go today. Only via my webcam, unfortunately. Didn't get that, like, super sweet footage, but nonetheless, still pretty cool. I will definitely be evolving that into a Scizor as well. Like, it's absolutely happening. It's so cool. So cool. And then maybe one day I'll get to have like a shiny Mega Scizor. That'd be really sick. I power through the cold temps. I know, you're like one of the few people I know though, Zane, who like, there's a few people locally who are like part of the groups and stuff that for sure do not care if it's winter, summer, rain, shine. I sadly do not have that, my skin is not that thick, I guess. I'm just not tough enough to brave all facets of the weather. What do you rather accidentally soft reset on, Shiny Charmander or Shiny Litten? See, those are actually, so that's a great question, and I'll tell you why. Specifically because Charmander, to the best of my knowledge, the easiest odds you could get for a Shiny Charmander would be what? The Charmander they give you in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire / X and Y, but probably Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is quicker, I want to say. After you beat like the Elite Four and they eventually like give you the Gen 1 starters. Right? I think Birch gives you the... Anyway. So I believe that's 1 in 4,000, right? Like, obviously it's like 4,096 or whatever, but I think that's essentially what it is, right? Whereas, Litten, you have, like, it's the same odds, but in both Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it takes a really long time to do those resets. So I'm gonna say I would rather soft reset on a Charmander because I think you could probably get it faster. I think you could soft reset on a Charmander faster. Of course, if you're including like, you know, Let's Go, for example, you could get a shiny Charmander very quickly, comparatively, right? Like the way that those games work, you can find one in the Rock Tunnel or whatever it is. I think it's the Rock Tunnel. And it is one of the harder shinies to kind of like have pop up and chain, but when you start getting going, at least it's nice. And Stand Masters is a preview version in Canada. Yeah, I saw that. So I was able to, weirdly, I wasn't able to download it, but I was able to like one sec here. Pre-order it or something? I put in Pokemon Masters and it's like pre-ordered. So I have it pre-ordered but not previewed. So maybe on the iOS, like maybe it's just the Google Play Store right now. Would make sense, right? Niantic's like, isn't it like old Google or something? But yeah, because on my iPhone, or on the iTunes shop, it says it's pre-ordered, but it won't actually let me like sign up on it or anything. Like there's no app to actually access. I'm loving my Switch. Dude, it's a great system. Breath of the Wild alone could literally keep you like occupied for definitely 100+ hours, if not more. Like it's really fun. But yeah, Pokemon Masters looks really cool. It's the first like non-Go mobile game that I'm actually like pretty excited for. I did of course also enjoy like the World games, the Pokemon like Rumble World and Pokemon like all those, but I don't know, not the same. The Masters looks really sick. The game alone goes for $250 US. Wow, that's quite rare and quite expensive. That's like what you want, right? From a rare game. So nice. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, it's Android only right now. See, I knew there must have been something going on, but maybe it will come to iTunes eventually, and then or the Apple shop or app store or whatever. Also, now that I think about it, how lucky is Apple that, like, the word app, which is short for application, also is short for Apple. It's like the first syllable of their name as well. Like, when they started the company in the 80s, I don't assume that they thought that that would be a thing. Like, they were like, yeah, we're gonna have smartphones with applications on them. But it's very easy to just be like, yeah, what do we call it? We call it the App Store. It's like, makes perfect sense. It's almost as though we designed it specifically for this in mind, but we didn't. Infinite jump glitch, that's all I'm gonna say about Breath of the Wild. Hey man, that's the beautiful part. You get to play exactly how you want, glitches and all, right? On Let's Go, I got shiny Vulpix on instant of a combo 31 and appear when my combo's at 30. Hey, nice. That's awesome. I don't know if we definitely got like the wrong Pokemon, but I don't know if we ever got anything before the chain was complete. Although, I'll be honest straight up, like the Let's Go, we didn't do a whole lot in that game. We definitely didn't do a whole lot. It didn't make for like great streams, I guess. I actually did enjoy it while we were like doing it, but then we kind of ran out of like really like targets I was actually excited about. Although I guess we never got like Rhyhorn, which I genuinely did want. I would have wanted like a Lapras and a Snorlax as well, I think, because just cool ride Pokemon, right? But yeah, other than like a few that we didn't end up getting, it just like we started slowly but surely running out of targets to catch. But hopefully the Sword and Shield, however you shiny hunt, whatever it might be, is more akin to like SOS chaining or something like that, where it's like, it's nice not only to stream and fun to play it and just do it on your own, but it's also fun to share it with a stream, right? It's kind of like the difference between when we were doing this hunt before, how we were like always checking the party, right? We were always like, you know, to check to see if it was shiny, we'd be like, oh, of course it literally got its, oh, wow, its stat boost on that because I wanted to show something. But you know how we used to like go in here and be like, is it shiny? Oh no, it's not. Okay, reset. And now it's like it actually like pops out of the Pokeball physically. So it looks more cinematic. It's a lot more like dramatic, I guess, which is like it's good for stream. And I think Game Freak designed the SOS method specifically around that. I think they could see that like in Generation 6, like sharing shiny hunting with like an audience became more of a thing. And it was cool to see like how SOS was like, you know, they would literally like drop down from the sky and appear out of nowhere. And sometimes they'd appear and then you get that little star and it's like really cool and really, really cinematic. And obviously on a, you know, HD console like the Switch, it's even that much more cinematic. So I'll be really excited if they do something like that again. Breath of the Wild is one of the reasons why I got a Switch. Dude, it's one of the best games, like maybe one of the top 10 best games of all time. Like, I can say that without hyperbole, I think. Yeah, it's very close, Zane, for sure. It's very close. Well, everyone that has a phone that runs the game. Exactly. XD! Gale of Darkness, baby. Gale of Darkness. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, speaking of XD Gale, not that that was, like, actually implied, but someone asked earlier about XD Gale of Darkness. I could actually see, and it's, like, it is going to depend on a lot of factors. Like, I will never, like, promise this or commit to this, but I could potentially see, if I'm still shiny hunting for, like, years and years and years from now, I could see a world in which I have my Colosseum Heracross, I'm loving it, it's great, everything's good, and then eventually, you know, after I've not done that for a while and things have settled down, maybe trying to go after something in XD so that I can say I got a shiny in both games, like Underdog or someone like that who's literally shiny hunted in both and been successful in both. Because it is like, there's something about like it's almost like a checklist, right? It's almost like as a shiny hunter, it's like got a shiny this way, like your first legendary soft reset, your first starter reset, you know, your first wild encounter shiny, your first egg, like your actual hatching shiny. Like there's certain ones that are actually like just really, really sick, really, really fun, and really, really like momentous, I guess, right? And yeah, so I don't know, like for me, that's why like certain ones will obviously always stick out to me, right? and we have Mimikyu, which was like the first of Sun and Moon that I did on stream. Rockruff was the first I actually did in Sun and Moon, but Mimikyu was the first one I got to like share with everyone, which is literally why I tattooed it on my body. There's like my first like Wonder Trade one. Like there's just, I don't know, there's something really, really fun about like a new benchmark, you know? And to me, this is kind of like this is one of the ultimate benchmarks for sure for any shiny hunter, is getting one in the GameCube games. And I don't think it matters which one. Like, I'm doing Colosseum specifically because I want like the purification ribbon or whatever it's called. But like either one of those games, and you also have a little bit, your targets aren't quite as many, I don't think, as they are in XD, but you certainly have more control over what you get, because XD, I think it could be one of any 3 Pokemon, I believe, at a time. I think. Don't quote me on that. I've never shiny hunted in XD, so I don't know. I've just watched like one video. But yeah, so if anyone's ever caught a shiny in this game or ever caught a shiny in XD, it's like, to me, it's like other outside of like the Manaphy from Pokemon Ranger, or like the Jirachi from the bonus disc, or something like that's just absolutely almost masochistically hard, then I don't think that it gets much harder than these games, you know? Like, again, there's definitely ways, but hey, yo, what's up, Jason? What is up? What is up? Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff. Yo, Jason, check this out, man. You missed it. Earlier, I started the stream, and I made a joke. I was like, hey, I want to show you guys, because I got a shiny Bonsley in Pokemon Go this afternoon. So I went to show my stream, you know, the Bonsley, open my app, and an egg hatch, and I got a shiny Scyther, dude. Shiny Scyther and Bonsley in the same day. So even though I'm still going for this Heracross, and I haven't caught this bug yet, I caught another bug today that was shiny, and it's also pretty sick. So, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm doing well. I'm doing well. But yeah, so we finally, for the first time since the Let's Go days, so, you know, we're getting close to a year on that, I got a shiny on stream. Not the way I thought I would, but a shiny nonetheless. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I would also love to get 2 shiny bugs today. Can I get the hat trick, you know? Like, could I get like a Bonsley, a Scyther, and then the Heracross? I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, and there's the Bonsley right there. Ooh, so pretty, so pink. It's nice. But yeah. Dude, yeah, exactly. I gotta go for the hat trick. I gotta go for the shiny hat trick, you know? Crazy odds, I love it. And that's the thing. That's the thing about Colosseum. And of course, the other thing too about Colosseum and well, specifically Colosseum, is that you get shiny shadow Pokemon, you know? Like, how many people can say that they have a shiny shadow Pokemon? Obviously, with Pokemon Go now, that's gonna change a little bit, because people will get shiny shadow Pokemon. But I mean, like, from these games, like, how many people got like a shiny shadow, you know, whatever it is, like Miltank or Tyranitar or Metagross or anything like that, you know? It's very, very hard. It's very light. It's not even time consuming. It is a life consuming. You have to like change the way you live to be able to get a shiny in this game. As crazy as that sounds, I know that sounds super like hyperbolic and just very like intense, but it actually is intense. Like, it's actually, unless you get super lucky and get it in like the first 1,000, you start to learn that like, and I am only at like 2,100. So there's guys who've gone to like 11,000, 13,000. Way over odds, and like those guys are like, oh, my heart goes out. I hope I'm not one of them, just to be frank. I hope we get this way before odds, if not just at odds, you know? These are the better shadow, well, these are the wrong shadow Pokemon, right? It's like the only time outside of like a few specific Pokemon in other like gens where it's like almost everyone is like not the right color, or there's like something weird about it, you know? A few are correct, a few are very, very similar, like Noctowl, for example, very, very similar, but like everything from like Gligar to Miltank, to obviously Heracross, Quilava is very, very different. Like, there's so many in this game that are just not right. And Heracross being one of them. So hopefully we can get some beautiful footage of that, show the world. Hello, JPB! What's up? Wait, Scott the Waz uploaded something? I'll be back. No worries, no worries. I don't shiny hunt by SOS calling because I tried getting a shiny Crobat, but I SOS tried for 3 hours and I got nothing. Oof. I'm sorry to hear that, Sonic Link. Trust me, I know all about not getting anything with... Well, I've also been there with SOS hunting as well, but yeah. Also, I really hope them adding Shadows to Go is a way of introducing Shadow Mons to new players to help ease their way into a new installment into the Orre games. You would think, but I actually don't. I don't think that's the case. It would be really cool if we did get that. But yeah, I don't know. I can't see them in the same way that like we never really got like a Pokemon Stadium remake or anything. I just can't see that like, and Stadium definitely sold better than these games. So if they were ever gonna do, or like even Snap, right? Like how many people have been like, yo, where's the Pokemon Snap remake? And it still hasn't come. And you're like, the Wii U's perfect for it. And they're like, nope. And then you're like, the Switch is perfect for it. And they're like, no. So I don't know. Hey, Oddity, what's up? I doubt it, but I'm being optimistic. Hey, that's fair, dude. That's fair. It's good to be optimistic. Yeah, like they seem really, like literally up until the Go announcement, which also isn't really like Game Freak. It's more Niantic. I would assume maybe it was Game Freak, but I think it was Niantic who was like the brainchild behind that. It just seems that like Game Freak is kind of just like, yeah, these games were this thing, but we're not really ever gonna like pay them any mind ever, you know? And it's sad because they are their own very specific experience that is memorable to a lot of people in the community, and they're just kind of like, yeah, let's just like sweep that under the rug and pretend that that's not a thing, even though you can actually take your Pokemon, obviously, and put them into the real game. So like they should be a part of that core series. I don't know. Hey, no worries. There's no worries, Oddity. You can show up whenever you would like, you know? It's another stream in many streams, and you know, people get busy. No worries. I would say if anything, they held out on doing a game for the Wii U for obvious reasons. Plus, Pokken was the main focus for that, so it could be possible for a new PBR or Stadium 3 on Switch. I definitely think we'd get those before Colosseum, just first, because I think you'd have a lot of people, who would think like basically normies, right? Like a lot of people who just like aren't in the community as much, who they'd be like, yeah, we're doing a remake of Pokemon Colosseum, and they'd just be like, where's my Stadium remake? Because I grew up with Gen 1 and Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2, and where's that? Where's that, you know? I don't know. That's just my take on it, of course. Like, it's never good to try to predict Game Freak, because you never know what they're going to do, obviously. But, yeah. Stanley, can you play... actually, we're not really playing music tonight. Whatever, like, playlist I chose was kind of overpowering the game music, which I think has happened a few times now. I just haven't noticed it much, but people wanted to hear, like, the actual sound effects from the game, and so I opted to just do that tonight. Maybe another stream we'll be playing music again, but yeah, tonight I'm not really taking requests. I apologize. Pokemon Go PvP will be at Worlds next week, featuring Masuda and many other Pogo community members. Pokemon Go Invitational. Wow, really? Is that real? That's crazy. No worries, Nathan. No worries. Holy, I love Pokken so much. Wetzel just bought Pokken as well. I can see them redoing Snap as a mobile game once AR tech gets a bit better. That's what I've always said too. I personally also feel that Snap lends itself... I think a lot of people, like, remember that game fondly, and it is fun, but it's also, like, very quick. Like, you can beat the game with Mew and everything in under 2 hours. If you really know what you're doing, you can do it even faster than that. Like, anytime I've ever gone back to play it, it's, like, been a few years, but if you're, like, on it, probably, like, an hour and a half, you can, like, have the whole game beat. It's really crazy how fast it is. And that's why they had it in, like, blockbusters and stuff, right? Because it was, like, more of an experience as opposed to, like, an actual, like, fully fleshed out, like, long game. And it'd be really hard to turn that into, like they would have to really find a cool way to, like, involve all the Pokemon and do it, like, that way, and have enough levels to, like, satisfy the, you know, inevitable, like, $60 price tag. I need food, but food take too long to make. I see. I read that correctly, sort of. But yeah, yeah, food's delicious. I had dinner before I streamed. It was good. Food's good. What can I say? You know? What is the thing people have been talking called Pokemon Master on the Discord? So Pokemon Masters is basically like, it's like a 3... I will actually pull it up here. I just had it open. So I will literally, it is called an all-star team builder. I wish I could build my team with a shiny Heracross, but you know, I'm not so lucky. Join the Pokemon Masters League with a dream team of past trainers. There's a tournament of 3-on-3 battles being held on Paseo called the Pokemon Masters League. Aim to become its champion as you battle famous trainers and make a dream team of friends on the way. Form a team with 3 trainers and their Pokemon to target your opponent's weaknesses and deal big damage. Enjoy co-op play with friends all around the world. In co-op play, 3 players team up for fun. Exciting battles work together to emerge victorious. So, yeah. That's literally like the official spiel. It just happened that it was literally on my phone, and I just had to like glance down. But it's basically like a mobile game. You have 3 trainers, a lot of them famous. So it's like Sharon and I believe Stoutland, I think is his Pokemon of choice. I think. There's also like Cynthia and Garchomp, of course. Lance and Dragonite. I think Red has Charizard, right? Green, I think, has Pidgeot though, or something. Yeah, it is very cool though. Like Brock has his Onix. I think Misty has Staryu. Lieutenant Surge has Raichu, etc., etc. Famous trainers are paired with their famous Pokemon, and it looks really fun. Why do you have Espeon on the layout? So basically, all these Pokemon that are like under the below me here, they're the Pokemon that are in my party. Like these are the Pokemon that through the playthrough we were using to beat the game, essentially, to get to this point. And they're also the Pokemon, because of the way that the Ribbon Quest works, I actually can't use Heracross in battle until the very, very end, and even then, I have to, like, keep it. I can't actually let it get any experience, because I need it to stay under level 50 for later on. It's a long story, but trust me, it's all for the better for what we're trying to do. Point is, the team that you see below is, like, the team that I'm actually gonna, like, face off against the league with. That's also why I have all three legendary beasts, because it's going to make what we're trying to do later, which is Mount Battle, much easier than it would have been otherwise. In fact, I might even go as far as to, before I do Mount Battle, beat Emerald, get a Rayquaza, and like, you know, some legendary Pokemon from that game, transfer them back into Colosseum so that I can just like destroy the like Mount Battle as though it was like not even a challenge. I mean, we'll see. Maybe the challenge is good. It's so long, it would really suck to get like level 96 and then like lose on like a technicality. So I don't know, but yeah, Espeon's actually like in the party. It's probably my strongest Pokemon, honestly, even with the legendaries. I don't think I've even purified all 3 legendaries yet. So yeah. What was the longest shiny it took you to get? This one for sure so far. Like I was saying earlier, I think at this point I've put about 160 hours into it, and there's like no sign that it's gonna stop anytime soon. So yeah, it's definitely this one. Before this one, it's hard to say. I had a shiny Wimpod go pretty long. I think it was like 3,500 soft resets. I had a Cyndaquil in Soul Silver go to like 443.55 or something like that, a number like that. So in the 4,000s, and that was full odds. So one of those two probably, if you consider like a successful. But even the Wimpod, technically, I ended up just hatching it. I just stopped resetting for it, and I just hatched it. Then there's ones that I've done that took a really long time that I just never completed. So there's Entei. Basically, the 3 biggest ones that I like gave up on were Entei, Regirock, and Type Null. Type Null. I was actually dual hunting Type Null, and in one of them I even had the Shiny Charm, and still. I put in quite a bit of time and still never got a Type Null, like, legit. So, yeah. What is your hourly average? For this? For Heracross? So, for basically every 100 encounters takes 4... every 100 encounters takes 4 hours. Give or take. Sometimes just a little bit faster. When I stream, it takes just a little bit longer because I'm trying to multitask, and inevitably, like, I could shave seconds off of each encounter. That would add up to be minutes eventually. But yeah, for the most part, every 100 encounters takes about 4 hours. So, for example, there's a guy who did 13,000 plus to get a shiny Noctowl in this game, and he said it took him upwards of 400 hours to get it. So, like, it takes a while. it's definitely a very hard and very time-consuming, and sometimes it seems almost pointless hunt. But of course, I'm in it. I'm in it, baby. Like, I want this shiny more than any shiny I've ever wanted in my life. It's so cool. It's so different. Well, the Mimikyu is a big one, too. I definitely wanted that one because we'd had such a great stream, and it was really nice that it did show up the night that we streamed it, and it was really cool. But yeah, this one is, like, probably at this point, I would say even beyond Mimikyu in terms of just, like, man, oh man, would it be so amazing. Stan, what PC tower do you use? I actually don't really know. I know that's really lame. I've never been much of, like, a tech guy. I've always been more of a software guy than a hardware guy. And I actually had my buddy, who is a hardware guy, literally build it for me. I was like, hey, this is my budget, can you build it for me? And he built the whole thing. Like, he basically, and literally physically built it as well. And yeah, really, really solid dude. Some of you guys know, it's Connor. It's Connor, who used to be on some of the streams and stuff back in the day. But yeah, he actually built this PC for me, and he did a hell of a job, because it's like 3-4 years later, whatever it is, it's still, you know, running pretty good. I definitely could be kinder to it and, you know, do, like, I run a lot. Like, if you saw under, like, the amount of cords and the amount of, like, external hard drives that I store all my, like, Pokemon footage and stuff on, it's crazy. But, yeah, it's a good computer, for sure. I wish I knew more info, to be honest with you, but it's good. It's very high-end, very good. It's pure PC. It's I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I'm really bad with, like, the technical jargon and the, like, aesthetics of the hardware. Oh wow, Bean. Okay, so I'm literally preaching to the choir. Like, you are right there with me. You know more. What's your, like, average at then? I'm sure, and, like, even to be honest, I could even shave more time down probably if I figured out a way. And I didn't, but I was also kind of rushing, so I probably could have. But if I could figure out a way to basically take out the Masquerain as opposed to the Ariados, so that I don't have to, like, hit down, right? I can just, like, hit go, 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 kill the Masquerain, then he sends out, and then if I could also, and this is something I should do, and I think, like, eventually I probably just will, because why not? But if I just put the Master Ball up a few spots too, it would also probably go, you know, again, seconds become minutes, and then, you know. I 4 times hunt, so I get 40 an hour. 40 per hour. Nice! That's actually really solid. That's almost like 200 every 4 hours, right? That's really good. That's really good. So are you doing it, like, via PC then, or do you literally have 4 GameCubes? What is your favorite shiny you've caught? Sonic Link, that actually, like, that I can say without failure is absolutely the shiny Mimikyu. I even got it tattooed on me. Yeah, it was a big deal. It, like, changed the whole trajectory of my life in a big way. Before that, I was not nobody on YouTube, but I definitely built up kind of the community and whatnot through the streams that were all kind of stemmed from, and there were a few people who were there definitely before shiny hunting and stuff, but Mimikyu was the big, like, that was the change. Like, there was a huge shift between before Mimikyu and after Mimikyu for my channel. Nice, Oddity. Nice. Yeah, probably learning lots of stuff. I actually worked in a factory when I was, I guess 19? 18, 19? And yeah, it was like a plastic bottle factory. And I remember very similar stories as well. Wheeze, but yeah, I use one Wavebird controller with 4 receivers. Oh, that's so smart. That's so smart. That's actually awesome. Well, hey, that's incredible. You'll definitely have to let me know, Bean, when you get it, because you're definitely going to get it. Like, that's so smart, and that's so, like, yeah, you're on it for sure. So you will definitely get it. You'll probably have it much sooner than I will have mine doing the solo hunt. But, no, that's huge. That's huge. All right, Psybeam. Yeah, no, that's like next level strats right there. All right. But of course, luck is sort of just luck, and at the end of the day, you can increase odds, but any one of these Heracross could also just shine at complete random, and that's the beauty of RNG. And yo, what's up, Spoonie? Welcome, welcome. How you been? we're shiny hunting for Heracross. We're trying our best, at least. But yeah, welcome. Let's see if this one shines. Do. It is not. It is not a shiny, but that's okay. It's been forever. I'm so glad to see you going for it while I'm home. Yeah, hey, I also understand. We're all just, inevitably getting older, and responsibilities are piling up and getting busier and busier. That's why I'm super, on this Heracross hunt, because I know come, November and then afterwards, I'm going to be, crazy swamped, especially next year. It's going to be just insane. So, yeah, I'm really, really trying to, put this summer into, hey, let's get this shiny, let's, make it count, let's do a crazy one. But I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad to see you as well. It's funny in Let's Go, I was trying to get a shiny Chansey, but instead I got a shiny Golbat. Man, everyone got a shiny Chansey. Chansey was, the one that, even I got one, and I didn't shiny hunt a lot in that game. I was having, technical issues at the time. Oh, man. And still, we managed to get a shiny Chansey. So that's actually kind of amazing, Sonic Link. It's just too bad you can't evolve it into a Crobat in that game, because I think, Golbat and Zubat have, really nice shinies, but Crobat's is, not only nice, but also Crobat's, a super good, viable Pokemon to use. I used one in I think it was my Platinum playthrough, and it's just really good, right? It's so fast, it has, decent attack, good type, coverage, I guess. It's good. I really like Crobat. So, yeah. I still don't have a shiny Chansey in Let's Go. You'll get one, Nick. You'll get one. Don't worry. They're everywhere. Eventually, if you shiny hunt in that game. If you don't shiny hunt a lot in that game, but yeah, eventually one will pop up. There's actually a hypothesis made by some people that the opposing trainer's Pokemon can only be shiny during a rebattle. All the uncatchables have been rebattles except for an e-reader exclusive. So the opposing trainer Pokemon can only be shiny during a rebattle. That's actually really interesting. Because, it is weird. I was literally thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, I really don't want to be, the first person to, get a, that he sends out, basically. Because it does seem that way. All the YouTube ones, it's always, whether it's, Rotom Totem or Chris or, whoever it might be, right? I've seen the one guy who got the Yanma, the guy who got the Noctowl. And the Noctowl guy, though, his was a rebattle, though, right? Because his Pokemon, I remember, were, at a higher level. So that's actually really interesting. I mean, I'll be honest, I still hope that I'm not, the one who disproves that hypothesis. I hope it's right. And I hope I never have to, be the example of, oh, no, this poor guy went to, 6,000, and then it shone for, Dioge. But that's actually super interesting. I love, genuinely, Bean, I love talking to other people who hunt in this community, because I still feel like I'm such a noob at it, essentially, right? I wasn't even using the Master Ball for my first 300. I was just making it very, very tricky on myself, I suppose. So, I feel like I'm still learning things, all the time, and people are, helping me out, and just, finessing my, my approach to it, and just, yeah, I'm really excited though when it eventually does shine. I did 500 this weekend, which was 20 hours worth of shiny hunting, basically. So I'm super dedicated right now specifically to it, and I'm loving it. It just, man, oh man, I can definitely tell another 2,000 from now I'm gonna start really being okay, please show up, right now I'm still pretty good, but yeah. Should I order a pizza? You're the deciding factor. I will tell you, Jason, I will decide for you, but only based on which pizza chain you're about to order from. And I literally have it in my mind right now, which ones I will say yes to and which ones I will say no to. And it's not even what you think. It's not even based on which ones I prefer or which ones I think are good or bad. There's just certain ones I have in my mind that are yes and certain ones that are no's. And even ones that I never heard of, I put them in their own category too. I thought of everything, all right? So you got to let me know what you're going to, where you're going to order and what type of pizza. It's a local place. No, like I said, I literally had a specific thought for the local place, but now I need to know what type of pizza you're going to order, and that is going to determine what my my decision is. You shall see. You shall see. But yeah, I need to know. I need to, like, is it going to have, like, stuffed crust? Is it going to, like, this is all very specific. But. I'm trying to cover all my angles here. I was thinking bacon, jalapeno, red onion. All right, you know what? You know what? I'm going to say... that was not a shiny. I'm going to say, Jason, that you should indeed order a pizza. I'm going to tell you what my metric was here. So literally my metric was, if it's a Canadian pizza chain, then I am going to say yes. If it's not a Canadian pizza chain. So if you said Pizza Hut or Domino's or Papa John's or anything that was like not Canadian, I was going to say no. But you said it's a local place, which means I assume it's Canadian, and therefore you're good to go. But yeah, man. The gang's all here? Yeah. Yo, we should just have a pizza party. I already ate, so I'm not ordering pizza. And back to Bean's point, no, Noctowl wasn't rebattle. You can skip that trainer to get the Master Ball. Oh, that makes so much sense. Okay, yeah. That's so smart. So then I guess he didn't, because I obviously didn't see the 13,000 prior like battles, and so I didn't know if he'd seen the, like, you know, he got to like 7,000 and saw the trainer sent one out, but then, so I actually don't know. Again, like, I'm still like really new to the community and don't know a whole lot. I am in the Discord. Chris was gracious enough to invite me to the Discord, but even that, like, I only know so much. But interesting. Well, I hope then, I genuinely hope that it just eventually shines for me, and then I never have to have that heartbreak. As cool as it would be to see him send out a shiny Heracross, it would suck, obviously, to like see that and then like be like just amazed at how cool it looks, and then have to just like kind of, you know, settle down and just be like, oh, but now I can't have it. Now I have to just keep going. Can I ask why it is you're hunting for this bug boy specifically? Yes. So Spoonie, there is a whole thing. First of all, do you guys like my beautiful Pikachu GameCube controller? Just so you know, it is a legitimate GameCube I got going here. I know most people do use Wii because it, like, I think it just upscales better, right? That's why a lot of, for the streams, they'll use Wiis for like Smash tournaments and stuff too, like Melee tournaments. I believe that's the reason. But yeah, no. The reason I'm going for Heracross specifically. So first of all, I read a thing about a ribbon quest, a ribbon guide, Oswald's ribbon guide, which is linked in the description of this video, which basically is like, there's like, you can get essentially every ribbon that's ever existed. There are some caveats to that sort of, but also maybe some workarounds. But the point is, you're trying to get every ribbon on a single Pokemon. And so I was like, I want to do that, but I'm an insane person, and I want to do it on a shiny Pokemon, which is really hard because you have to start in one of the GameCube games, which is like just very difficult. The GameCube games are notorious for that. So to get all the ribbons, there's like a purification ribbon essentially, and so Colosseum and getting a Shadow Pokemon were sort of necessary in a way. And so that brought me here. How I decided on Heracross specifically, there were a few reasons, I'll be honest, but essentially it came down to what would be a great mascot, but what also could maybe do okay in battle if I needed something to just like tank something or just do okay, right? So there's certain Pokemon that just like probably were never going to be like really great options, like the aforementioned Delibird. That was Oswald, was a Delibird. That just wouldn't be great. Obviously there's better Pokemon, like you can get, like, I believe a Shadow. I don't know if you can do Tyranitar because it's technically over the level cap and therefore you're going to have issues. But you want to basically have a Pokemon under level 50 as well. That's the other thing. But yeah, you can get like a Metagross, I think, and it'll be fine. You can get, like, there's definitely other better Pokemon that you can get. But it was just like the goofiness of Heracross as like just a beautiful mascot, but then also being able to be okay in battle. And then the thing that really set me on Heracross specifically was that it could Mega Evolve. Because it was something that, like, yes, it can't evolve naturally, but eventually, if we ever get that far, we will go into Gen 6, and we'll have something to look forward to. Like, so all through Gen 4 and 5 and whatever, we will be able to say, like, when we get to Gen 6, we get that Mega Stone. We get that Mega Stone. And it's like, then we get to see this beautiful bug boy, or girl, because it could be female as well. It's literally split in half. Transform. And I think that, I really think that'd be really cool. So that was it. And then, finally, like, the real thing that, like, finally sold me, because it came down to that or Hitmontop. And the reason I went with this, aside from the Mega, it was just also that its shiny in this game is just so weird and so different, and something you're not going to get in any other game, and not from Hitmontop. And there's certain Pokemon that look like they're shinies in this game, and then there's ones that don't, and Heracross is one of those ones. So that was kind of my explanation behind it all. But yeah. Yeah, same. I hope it is true. Yeah, I mean, well, even though, honestly, it's very interesting, because, like, if you have 4 Wiis going, not that it's, like, guaranteed, obviously, like, anything can happen, but you are probably going to be one of the people who can, like, test it the best, right? Because if you eventually get it on one of your sides, and it never showed up for him on 4 different, right? Like 4 different Wiis all at the same time, it definitely lends credence to that theory, for sure, right? Oh, that's true. I forgot about Megas. That's a great idea. Yeah, I thought it'd be cool. And yeah, it is a custom. It is. It says random 10s. It's very hard to see because it's in, like, it's white on yellow writing, but it says random 10s on the back. It's got my gamer tag. In literally my font, too. That, like, Dance Tech font that you know very well from the business cards. Yeah. It's a nice controller. I never wanted to use it, and then I was like, you know, I kept having to switch my controllers, because, like, I use, on my Switch, on my TV, I've been playing Smash a lot lately, trying to learn Pokemon Trainer, and so I've been, like, using my controller, and I always will, like, go to start the stream and then not have my controller, so I just, like, you know what, I have this one, why not use it? It's not like I'm really, like, wearing it out in the way that I would playing Smash or playing Mario Kart or something, where it's, like, you know, very button intensive. I'm basically, maybe I'll wear out, like, the A button, and that's about it. Like, it's really not, I'm not even using the stick that much, honestly. Like, yeah, I can use the D-pad for a lot of it. So yeah. Hey, JPB! I don't know if it's just me, but, like, you give off hypebeast vibes, so, like, are you one? Am I a hypebeast? I am certainly a bit of a hypebeast, for sure. I definitely do like sneakers. Clothing-wise, I like jackets as well. But yeah, I definitely, I like rare things. Like, that's half the reason why I made, like, the rarest. And so the fact that, like, that also seeps into fashion and, like, clothing brands and stuff, I'm definitely about that as well. Not to the extent of definitely some other people I know, but I do have some very nice and rare shoes and stuff, for sure. Are you using Poco Radar? I am not using Poco Radar. Is there Poco Radar in this game? That's super dope. Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. And even cooler is that it was free, because it was literally like it's like a sponsor thing. I had to do a video on my channel, like, way before I was streaming or anything. A guy named Wes from Controller Chaos, like, hooked me up with this. I was like, you just got to talk about it in a video. And I was like, and I can just have it for free? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, it's like a $200 controller. He's like, yeah. I was like, sick. It's the only time I've ever done a brand deal ever. Like, straight up ever. But yeah, because it made sense. It was like, I was literally talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros. And he's like, do you want us to give you a Pikachu controller? I was like, yes. Like, of course. You kidding me? But I was nervous about it. I actually almost didn't do it, because I was like, am I selling out? Am I... But no, I was like, it was a perfect fit. No one was mad at me. It turned out really good. Stan, you forgot a reason. It's a rhinoceros beetle. So, it is funny that, yes, I literally, you know, my catchphrase is stay happy hunting baby rhinos. Rhinos have always been a thing, and Heracross is partially based on a rhinoceros beetle, which is super fun and just ties in very nicely to everything. However, that's something that I wish I was, like, clever enough to have realized early on when I made the choice. It literally had nothing to do with that. It's a nice little anecdote, but, like, yeah, I wish that I had thought of that, but I didn't. Yo, that's awesome, Sweeney. I actually almost did custom sneaker stuff as well. I literally bought all the stuff to do it. We were gonna do it in, like, my dad has, like, kind of like a workshop thing, and we were gonna do it. And then I got my job in Toronto, and then I just, like, never had time to ever see them. Or, because, like, my job was in Toronto, and they were, like, 4 hours, like, east of Toronto, essentially. And it, like, yeah, it just never really worked out. He's got the Supreme. I actually do not have so, first of all, I'm definitely not into, like actual like what do you call it? Luxury brands, so like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, anything like that. I'm not into that stuff. I am into streetwear though. I do admittedly own some Supreme stuff. I don't own Supreme shorts. I have worn like Supreme t-shirts on stream before and stuff, but yeah, I do legitimately own some Supreme stuff. I actually, but only stuff that I'm like actually into, like only stuff that I legitimately care about. So for example, they did a collaboration with Otomo, the mangaka who made Akira. If you guys know Akira, it's like a really popular Japanese manga turned movie from like the 80s. It's like gorgeous animated film. And they made like, that's literally why I like got into like hypebeast stuff, was because I was just like, that's super cool. That jacket is amazing. And so I bought a jacket from it. And the thing is, like, no one wanted it, because like all the people who were actually into like streetwear and stuff were like, that's kind of weird. And I was like, I'm all over that. So I actually got it, even though I had no idea what I was doing. And yeah, and since then I've definitely gotten like a few cool pairs of shoes. There's a bunch of guys in my work too who are like super into it, and we kind of like keep each other. But I will say, I was definitely more into it last year. I had like my new job. I was living in the city. This year I've been very good, because that stuff is expensive, and I have a wedding next year. So I literally said to Nad going into this year, I was like, I'm only gonna buy maximum 2 pairs of shoes. Which I know that sounds like crazy. It's like, why would you ever? But I was like buying quite a few pairs of shoes last year. But I was like, maximum 2 pairs of shoes and like 1 thing from like a streetwear thing. Like that's it. That's all I can get for the entire year. She was like, okay. So yeah. How long have you been on a chain for? I don't know. Wait, do you think I'm doing something different? There's no chain series. It's a soft reset, my friend. I read that as leather pants. Oh, I got leather pants too. Don't worry, I got leather pants as well. It's the Supreme Louis Vuitton, Reinsdorf. I don't even know what Reinsdorf is, but Reinsdorf, Aquamentus, Rayquaza pants. You going to get New Horizons? Maybe. And yeah, no worries, Oddity, no worries. I saw my friend beat Let's Go, and he was in the cave there, so it was a shiny Charmander. Told him he went downstairs, so it responds. I actually did get a shiny this stream, PlayStationeer. True story. But it wasn't in this game. It was in Pokemon Go. It was in Pokemon Go. I got a shiny Scyther, which I'm going to evolve. Like, basically, as soon as this stream is over, I'm going to evolve it. But yeah. But yeah, no, I just like, as you guys know, like I've always been like a collector. I've always enjoyed rare things, and so like it eventually, like it was inevitable that I think it would cross over into like clothing and stuff too. And that's why I especially like sneakers, because like I'm not much of like a clothing guy, but like sneakers specifically are like, I feel like people have really kind of like put them on a pedestal as like collectors things instead of like fashion, which I've sort of learned now. Like it's not, I wear a lot of my stuff now. There's a time where I was like, I'm just in it for like to collect, and I think that's so cool. But yeah, I definitely enjoy wearing my stuff. Be-dee-doo. I almost just hit the button to use that. Any hints on your wedding plans? I don't even know if there's any like need for hints or anything. It's happening next summer. We do have a date, but I haven't really like, I don't know if I'm gonna announce it on stream. Just I don't know. I like to keep my super private life stuff private, especially when it comes to like family and stuff. I'd like to never give away like anything specific that could, not that I think it would ever happen, but just that like, you know, if like someone showed up randomly and because they just put dots together and my family was there and it's like awkward. I don't know. I like to keep that like my family and like my YouTube and all that stuff like quite separate. However, it's possible that even a few people in the community might be getting invites and stuff. So, but I would never like say it, I guess, like on stream or anything like that. But yeah, outside of that though, so yeah, it's gonna be summer wedding 2020. I have, like, we both have our wedding parties picked out. Roy Boy is in mine. I can say that. Roy Boy 140 is in my wedding party, so that's gonna be really cool.
He's my maid of honor.
He's Nad's maid of honor, she says. Yeah, I don't know. My brother is my best man. That's neat, I guess. We do have a venue picked out, but we're still working on like a few details here and there. But most of the like the preliminary stuff is set up, which is nice. It's very nice. Nad just spoke to the wedding like planner today about some stuff that still needs to get done. So she's a little stressed about that. But other than that, yeah, no, we're kind of going along. The next big step I would say is we got to finalize, and I probably won't do this until like January or so, but I got to finalize the guest list and then like actually like make/send out invitations. And we might not even do paper invitations, which part of me is like, but that's like a memento. But then part of me is also like, yeah, but it's a lot of money to just like, for people, most people, not everybody, obviously like immediate family stuff would like keep them, I'm sure. But like a lot of people just be like, oh, and then like lose it and throw it out or whatever. Because like, I'm not going to lie, I have definitely like not kept other people's wedding invitations who I don't know that well, you know, like, you know, tertiary family members and stuff. Like I certainly haven't been like, gotta keep, you know, cousin Gaben's, you know, wedding invitation here in my heart forever. Like, I don't know. So we'll see. The wedding colors, she actually just like walked away again because I think she's like watching something in the other room. But I believe the wedding, so there's been change to it and there still could be change to it. I do believe it's red and black and silver or something though. Very interesting, I know. But it's apparently gonna work, so yeah, I'm excited to see how that. But yeah, she definitely picked them. She's definitely like kind of been enforcing them, and it has changed, so it might not even be that anymore. Honestly, it could change again, but yeah, red is in it. And in her defense, she was like straight up. She was like, "What color do you like?" And I was like, "Well, red's like my favorite color." And she's like, "Okay, I'll find a way to work that in." And I was like, "You are awesome. I love you." Nat as well. Nat is doing good. Yeah, she's doing good. Other than, like I said, she is a little stressed because whatever her and the wedding planner are working on right now, I guess, is a little stressful. But other than that, though, no, she's doing quite well. She's doing good. I'm excited. The big, not big weekend, but like there's a weekend coming up where like there's a lot of things happening in Toronto. There's like Fan Expo, excuse me, and the X is on, the Canadian National Exhibition. And yeah, it's good. It's been a really good time. I'm not gonna lie, July was definitely a very rough month for me. A lot of like bad stuff happened in terms of like my dog dying and like just like a bunch of stuff was like hitting. I also got like, weirdly, this sounds really weird, but like I got a really not bad rash in terms of like it wasn't like poison ivy or like that itchy, but basically, long story short, this is like such a weird thing to like bring up on stream, but I was sitting on like a like lounge chair in the sun, but I was dumb, and the lounge chair had been sitting outside for like months, like through the winter, the rain, all that stuff. It had just been like sitting outside in like my parents' backyard, and I just like grabbed it and I was just like sitting in it. I think I was like listening to a podcast or like reading a book or something, and I'm like sitting on it for like an hour, right? Just like kind of like sitting in the sun, enjoying myself, had my shirt off, whatever. And then I came to find out that I guess like the paint had kind of like stripped from the chair, and then like just like between like the sun and it just, anyway, so it like stained my back essentially. Like my back got stained by the chair, so like that was bad. And then I had a whole thing with like, if you guys know, like with my appendix, I was like in the hospital overnight, and that was super scary, and I had to like leave work for that. And like it's the first time I had a sick day in over like a year and like 3 or 4 months at my job. First time I took a sick day, and I literally just couldn't get into work, like, because I was in the hospital. But yeah, so July was just like rough all around. Just a lot of stuff happened. So I'm definitely really, really hoping that August is a much better month, and everything, you know, hopefully goes okay at least. I mean, you know, I'm not even asking. I'm just asking for not bad, you know, like just okay would be good. But yeah. So I'm doing good. Good things happened too in July. Like I had my birthday and I got to see a buddy of mine I hadn't seen in a while. I I got to have cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory, which I consider a win because the last time I had that was actually when I was in Boston. So that was really nice. What else happened in July? I'm trying to think. There was something else good that happened, like noticeably good. I just can't think of it for some reason right now. But still, like there were some good things for sure. But just a lot of bad. And obviously, like, the worst of the worst was definitely, like, the whole dog thing. That really sucked. But, yeah. Yeah, at the Yorkdale or Yorkville Mall, one of the two. I don't know my Canadian malls that well. But, yeah, we do have a Cheesecake Factory. Get this, though. It was a 4-hour wait, a 3.5-hour wait to get dinner. So we literally just grabbed, like, the cheesecake from the, like, walkout place or whatever. And then went somewhere else because it was ridiculous. But, yeah. Matt recovered from the spider incident from the last room. It wasn't even a spider. It turned out it was like a potato bug millipede type thing. Anyway, still she didn't like it, but I got it. I dealt with it. Yes. Thank you for asking, Zane. You're very kind. Cheesecake Factory is fire. I'll be honest. Like, I was kind of glad that it worked out. That like, because I think the Cheesecake Factory's like food is it's good. I do think it's a little pricey for what it actually is, though. I think there's, like, much better, more flavorful restaurants I could go to in the city for way less than that, and I would get my money's worth. But the cheesecake is where, like, you cannot beat it, obviously. That's literally its namesake. And man, oh man, so good. So good. You watched Stranger Things 3? I did, yes, I did. I thought it was pretty good. I do see them kind of, like, running out of, like, runway, if that makes any sense. I do see, like, they're kind of retreading things, and, like, it feels like their cast is getting bigger, but their story is getting smaller. I don't know. So that's kind of... But overall, I thought it was really good. The ending was probably the best part, yeah. Literally the beginning and the ending, I thought was really good. It was just... The beginning was so, like, nostalgia-y, and then the ending was obviously very, very emotional. Hey, would you rather shiny hunt Salamence or Manaphy Egg from Pokemon Ranger? I think I would actually take Salamence. Well, so here's the thing. Maybe Pokemon Ranger Manaphy, but only because at the end of it, you get to say, like, I literally got one of the, like, rarest Pokemon of all time, shiny form, and it's also, like, a mythical, right? And then you have a Manaphy in your game as well, so that's pretty cool. Whereas, like, Salamence, it's kind of like... If you get the shiny Salamence, like, yes, it's super rare. Yes, you're obviously very lucky. But at the same time, like, you also only now just have a shiny Salamence, of which many, many people have shiny Salamences, because Bagon is so... Not common, but certainly, like, not rare either at this point. It was at one point kind of rare. Like, I remember, like, the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald days. It was kind of a pain in the butt. I think you had to go to, like, Meteor Falls and find that, like, one specific patch, and, like... It was kind of a pain to get a Bagon, unless you bred one, obviously, or had a friend trade you one straight up and then bred one or whatever. But yeah. But now in later games, it feels like it's quite simple, not simple, but a little easier to get one. Hello, Stan. Sorry I wasn't here earlier. Just saw Hobbs and Shaw. How was it, Aaron? How was it? I'll be honest. I'll be straightforward. I haven't really seen many of the Fast and Furious movies. It's never been like my franchise. I've heard good things, actually. I've heard, like, I have a lot of friends who... I mean, I'm not the only one with a lot of friends. Like, those movies make bank. Like, they do very well. But I have a lot of friends who like it. It just... I've never, like... I saw the second one in theaters with, like, my dad and my cousin and my brother, and they really loved it. And I just remember being like, yeah, I'm not a car guy. Like, I straight up... I remember being like, yeah, just not into cars. But it's cool. It's fun. But just, yeah... I don't know. I think they've found ways around it, Sonic Chow. I know what you're talking about. I do think the community has found ways around that, though. It was good. Nice. Was I do like Idris Elba. Was he a really good villain? Because let's be honest, at this point, The Rock is just playing The Rock in everything. It's like... It's just, someone said it to me the other day. They're like, it's amazing how, like, in just every movie, he's just, like, a super Herculean, you know, Hawaiian origin, like, god of a man, basically. In everything. Like, he just, you know, he never plays a guy from, like, Philadelphia or something, you know? Like, it's always I don't know. Anyway, it's not that there's anything wrong with it. It's, you know, he is The Rock and he's the people's champ for a reason. I just find it very funny, that's all. That he's always like, yeah. What's your fave Hoenn? I think Hoenn shiny you're asking about? Let's see. Let's think about this. Excuse me. It's actually a really good question because at one point, even though this would be outdated at this point, I did make a list of like the top 10 best shinies, and I don't really think I had any Hoenn on the top 10. That could change now, because I feel like I'm just more, back then I was like a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like subjective, where now I'm probably a little bit more objective. But I don't know, Rayquaza obviously is one of the best shinies, like, maybe ever, like a top 10. It's just so good, so strong. I still will say I prefer the green. I actually do prefer the green. I associate dragons with green, and I think it's just so cool with the red and, like, the pinky red, or the pinky red and, like, the yellow. But the black, there's no denying. Like, it's a cool shiny, right? That one's solid. Not to just, like, name legendaries, but I also think Latios is, like, one of the best ones. Like, that mint green is so good. So I'm a big fan of that. What else? Weirdly, I kind of like Solrox. It's so subtle. It's like, it goes from like orangey to like more of a red orange, but then like also the eyes go like the lightest blue, but they're so tiny you can barely see them. They're like a pixel big, but they're really solid. Lunatone, not as much, but yeah, I like Solrock a lot. I don't know. I'd literally have to probably go through a list, to be honest with you, to really, like, narrow it down. But for now, those are just a few of the ones that, like, came to the top of my head. I noticed recently, during the community day, Mudkips was really good. Like, Mudkips was really solid. It looks really good in the 3D model. It's very vibrant, which a lot of Pokemon from, you know, older gens aren't so much in the newer 3D models. But it is, and it really shows. Even, I would say, like, Swampert does not. Like, Swampert, I feel like the colors get washed out a little bit, but Mudkip looks really good. And then, aside from Mudkip, Routes actually, like, they just had Community Day for us, but that line, the blue on that has always been really cool and really nice as well. Yeah, I don't know. Did you get a shiny Rayquaza in Pokemon Go yet, by the way? I didn't. To be honest, I didn't even have a Rayquaza at all until this weekend. I did 2 raids. I actually failed one of the Rayquaza raids. Basically, my team was just like, it was like me and one other person in a 20-person raid, because it was Community Day that I did it, and yeah, it didn't go well. I think I got like 7 balls, and normally that's enough. I hit 6 of my 7. One of them, he just happened to like move when I threw it, but I hit 6 of my 7. I used a golden Raz every one, but it just didn't catch for whatever reason. Curveballs, all of them, but then literally like the next day on the Sunday I went out, I found one, and it was a smaller raid. My team was actually there. I got like 9 or 10 balls, and I caught it in like my second one. So just luck of the odds, I guess, or luck of the draw. Any predictions for the Galar starter Evos? I would predict, but the truth is, because of the leaks out there, I already know what they are, and so I'm not going to pretend to predict wrong or right just because it would give away what they actually are. But they have been basically found out. Unless like it's the best leak ever that's mixed with real information with fake, it's almost guaranteed to come true. And yeah, of course, there is a difference between actually seeing the 3D model in like glorious like HD and being like seeing the description of it on paper, right? So it hasn't like influenced which way I'm going, but I do know what they're gonna be. There were real leaks, yes, yeah. There were leaks that predicted Gigantamaxing before, like months before. And let's just say, Spoony, I won't spoil anything, but I will say this. If you thought that Game Freak had finally moved on from Gen 1 gimmicks, we were wrong. Like, I'll just put it that way. But yeah, there are legitimate leaks for Sword and Shield. And it's weird, the thing is, I normally don't like to look at that stuff. Like, Gen 7, I really tried to go in as blind as possible, and I appreciated that. But also with Gen 7, Game Freak just ended up spoiling almost everything on their own for me anyway. So I just didn't feel, I guess, as, like, I just don't feel as bad about it. And then also, literally, I work in a place where, like, knowing stuff a bit, not Pokemon, but there are people who I work with who would just, like, spoil it for me anyway. So just, like, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I've just come to terms with it that, like, when it comes to video games, I am just gonna, like, have everything spoiled at all times for me. And I'm okay with that. As long as it's more like movies and TV shows that I personally care about, because for gaming, it's, like, it's such an experience that, you know, like I said, like, yeah, you can read about it on paper, but until you actually, like I didn't know, but, like, I could have known, hypothetically, let's say, about, like, Banjo-Kazooie being a playable character, and I would have been really happy about it. But until I actually play that character, like, in my hands and, like, try that character out and, like, hear the music and, you know what I mean? It just, so games have always been different that way for me, I guess. Hello, Roy boy! Yeah, they seem actually, like, pretty cool. I'm definitely down. I think I'm probably, I was already leaning heavily towards, like, Rookie. I might go towards Sobble. We'll see. I'm really excited about it, though. Like, I don't know yet. But Grookey's kind of like, not letting me down. I think Sobble sounds really interesting. So, yeah. Or Sobble's evolutions. But, yeah. Hello, Roy. Roy, boy. How are you? Welcome to the stream, friend. I hope you're doing well tonight. We're talking about Pokemon, and we're talking... Because there is the new announcements and stuff tomorrow morning, right? I think it's in the morning. Usually it's in the morning, but maybe it's at night. I don't know. But we're going to get new information tomorrow. This time next week, I'll be talking about something completely different regarding Pokemon, I'm sure. I would love to be talking about, you know, Nascore and how we're going to take down, you know, Cypher in this game because we got a shiny Heracross, but we'll see. Padding on through the thicket of existence. How's Three Houses? You reached Act 2 or Chapter 2 or whatever yet? I know you got a big early shift tomorrow. Roy Boy has been having some of the earliest shifts I've ever heard of. Nope. Wow. Did you play it at all, or did you just keep, like, losing? Because you're awful at Fire Emblem games. And don't even try to deny it. I've seen the streams, Roy. I've seen the streams. Imagine if they remove shiny Pokemon. They certainly won't, because it would make no sense for them to do so. But at the same... In that same line of thinking, Sonic Chow, I mean, man, Game Freak does love to just remove things for no reason, so we'll see. I haven't lost once, wow. That's actually a fair point. To be honest, I have never enjoyed watching anybody play Fire Emblem. It's such a, like, cerebral, like, it's like chess, essentially, right? And it's just, like, in the same way that, like, I don't go out of my way to watch other people play chess, Fire Emblem, it just feels so, like, such a personal experience, I guess, as well, that, I don't know. I'm sure there's great streamers out there who have been able to, like, invest their audience in it in a way that, like, I've just never seen, but personally, yeah, I couldn't imagine, like, especially trying to do it on, like one of the hardcore Fire Emblem games, specifically. You, like, unless you're, like, a god who know those games, like, inside and out, and, like, know how to, like, you know, manipulate them and stuff in a way that you're not gonna, like, lose and your stream's gonna, like, yell at you about it all the time. You know, it's like, I feel like playing Fire Emblem is like playing, like, this game or, like, any shiny hunt, but, like, not knowing what you're doing, sort of. So, like, those early ones where people are like, Stan, why don't you do this? Like, why don't you use the Master Ball trick? Why don't you, like, do this thing? And I'm just like, oh, yeah, maybe. And I'm just, like, going into it, and then, like, and then I fail one, and people are like, if you just did this, you wouldn't fail. And then, like, we wouldn't have to watch you, like, struggle. I don't know. Hey, Puffin, how's it going, man? Things are going well, man. We've increased our encounters with Heracross quite significantly since the last time I've been streaming. I was doing a lot of them off stream. I'm really trying to, like, make this thing shine. So far, no good. But, you know, we're in the 2000s now, hoping that maybe it'll happen. I certainly would like to, I think, like, I always said this at the beginning of the summer, and with this past weekend, hopefully it'll make it closer to being a reality, but I really, really want to try to get, like, before September 1st, I want to try to get 3,000 encounters down, and then I'd like to get 4,000 before October 1st, and then 5,000 before November 1st, etc. Basically 1,000 a month, right? Is kind of like my benchmark. And so we're gonna keep trying to hit that and see if it's possible. But yeah, and hopefully it sparkles at some point. At this point, the Pokemon Company is becoming more like Bethesda. They're certainly in ways, I guess. I don't know if that's completely fair, but yeah, no, for sure, in a few ways they are. They're a business. At the end of the day, they are a business, right? They're a company. Like, it's in the name, right? And as sad as that is for fans and stuff to get their head behind, it's part of it, you know? If I could edit Pokemon like they allow you to mod Skyrim, I would do nothing else forever. That is also a good point. I spelled Griffin wrong. Oops. Just call me Griffin McElroy. Sorry. What's your favorite shiny Alolan form? Ooh. It's got to be Raichu, right? Vulpix also really good in Ninetales. It's subtle but very, very nice and very, very like just pretty. Yes, it's probably Raichu or them. Like it's like 1 and 2. Raichu, I just love Raichu naturally, so like it's hard for me not to say Raichu because it's one of the few they actually like did something different with. I also like Geodude and like Golem as well, but I think that's more to do with like the design of it as opposed to the actual like shininess of it, because as an actual shiny, it's not great or anything. What are the odds again? The odds are full for like pre-Gen 5 or pre-Gen 6 rather. So it is 1 in 8,192. It's like, you know, hunting for a starter essentially in one of the old games. Even taking quite a while. It's like 2.5 minutes every encounter basically. It's probably even a little bit longer when I stream it, just because like I'm checking chat, so I want to double check, because if I'm, you know, distracted at all, I might accidentally. I don't think I will. I do genuinely think as soon as Heracross is shiny, I will know it, and I can't see me resetting on it. Knock on wood. There is actually wood here. Wow, that's nice. But yeah, I can't see me ever resetting on it. It is different enough, especially the face, like the eyes go from like this like shooting, piercing yellow to like a real emerald green. So I think it's very noticeable. So that's one thing we have going for us, at least, as to why we would never reset over it. But it's just, you know, sometimes you get distracted. Sometimes you're not paying attention. And just in that off chance, I'm being a little more careful. And so I'm like waiting sometimes for the Mask Rain after that animation, if you've seen. But yeah. Will the stream end at 21:50? Probably like 21. We started at 21:02. I'll probably go to like 21:56 or something. I don't know why I like the 56 is a nice divisible number. I don't know if 21:56 is, but 20:56 probably would be. But anyway, 56 is just, it's a nice divisible number. I like it. So yeah, I'll probably go to 20:56 I think tonight. I've been having a really I've been landing on 6s a lot, and it's good because it makes me like go just a little bit longer, get a little bit more done now, so that in the future for example, like getting to 2200 is gonna feel like less of a chore, I guess, in a way. And don't get me wrong, I'm really about this hunt right now, and I'm really like in it. However, it's still after you I'd say after you hit your like first 20-30, you really do start to be like, all right, like let's go, the motions, the routine, come on. And actually, interestingly enough, so I did like 550 or something like that encounters between last Tuesday and this Tuesday. In that time, I only failed 2 of them, and one of them was like very close. Like I almost didn't fail it. It just basically twice I was like just watching whatever I was watching, and this is out of 550, so that's pretty good. Hopefully they weren't the ones, obviously, but like, and I just accidentally, like, because it's a new controller and it's a little bit like just not worked in quite as much, I like double clicked on, so I basically attacked the Masquerain instead of the Ariados, but only 2 times at a 550, and it was like as soon as I did it, I like knew it, and I was like, oh man, now I'm not gonna, and I don't have enough Pokemon to rely on to like save it, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but and it both times, sometimes Masquerain will use Water Sport like twice, or it won't be powerful enough and you'll be okay, but that did not happen. So yeah, unfortunately, I did not catch the Heracross on 2 of them, but yeah. Spelled Raichu wrong as always. Hey, that's all good. That's all good. Raichu. Any good music lately? I saw Dear Evan Hansen like when they did the Toronto performance of it, and it was really good. So I was listening to the soundtrack for that for a while. I was listening to Ed Sheeran's Collaborations project for a bit. More recently, I've been listening to the Weathering with You soundtrack. It's like by the guy who made Your Name. It's like an anime film from Japan by Radwimps. The soundtrack's like really good. There's like actual like, it's not just like pure OST. There's like real like songs in it. It's really good. Yeah, other than that though, not a whole lot, honestly. Not as much. Been listening to a lot of podcasts lately. That's kind of been my like audio go-to. I definitely go through phases where it's like sometimes it's like almost always exclusively music, and then other times it's almost exclusively like podcasts. And I've been on a pod binge for a while. Hey, what up, Levi? How's it going? Me too. Nice. Yeah, mine are definitely. I wish mine were like, there was a time where I was listening to like very, I guess like intelligent discourse type podcasts. I do feel like more lately it's been like sports podcasts and things like that, but still good. You gotta hit up My Brother, My Bear, and Me. They're iconic. What's it about? What's it like? Is it just like some guys discussing pop culture or just anything they want, or tired and sweaty from work? Well, it sounds like you put in a very good day of work, and hopefully now you can relax a little bit. Fave shiny normal type. That's so tricky because there's so many Pokemon that like have that like half normalness to them. Favorite shiny normal type. Oh, of course you got the stat boost. I am trying to think here. It's definitely. It's tricky. It is tricky. I don't know. Let me like mull it over a little bit and hopefully get back to you. I honestly don't know off the top of my head. There's like some decent ones I can think of, but none that I'm just like immediately like, oh, that's the one, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that reminds me, there's a Sonic concert going on in the UK. Oh, wow. Are you gonna go? Are you gonna swim over? Here, come on, just across the ocean. Get a boat. Get a paddle boat. Do not get a paddle boat and try to cross the ocean to get to the UK. Please don't do that. That will not end well for you. Same guys who do the Adventure Zone and also things like Monster Factory and Griffin's Amiibo Corner on Polygon. Oh, true. I do know actually Griffin's Amiibo Corner. So yes. Interesting. Nice. Yeah, weirdly, I don't actually listen to like any video game podcasts at all. I did used to listen to Nintendo voice chat, but then they got rid of Jose and I just like stopped listening. Just after time, I just kind of was like, eh. But yeah, no, just like a lot of sports, a lot of just like interview stuff, like, you know, Mark Maron, stuff like that. I used to really like Ear Biscuits by Rhett and Link, and then they stopped interviewing people. They started just like doing their own like story time podcast basically, and I was like, that's cool, but like I really enjoyed like learning about like the come up of like all these super famous YouTubers. It was like really intriguing. I'm not that stupid. I'm not saying you are, Sonic. I'm just saying that like basically I'm just covering my butt. I'm just making sure that like for whatever reason, if not just you, if anybody out there was just like, I'm gonna go out in a boat because Stan told me to, I'm just making sure to like clear that up and make sure nobody actually believes that. Oh, yo, Aaron, congratulations. The one Johto starter shiny that I did never get. And you got it. You got that beautiful golden baby. It's very autumn. I said that weird. Autumn. But it is. It's like a very fall-esque Pokemon. I really enjoy it. I think it's really great, and especially like it pops really good against like the burn down like Sacred Tower, or no, the burn down, the bell tower in Ecruteak City. That little like, especially in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, that like little like as you're walking towards it, the leaves are like very fall and orangey. Chikorita is like perfect for like that spot. At least that's what I believe. 7,000. Wow. Well, I'll be honest with you. I'll be frank with you. 7,000 is a lot. Did you ever run into one of? I'm assuming it was Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Maybe not, but I'm pretty sure we talked about this, and I'm pretty sure it's Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Did you ever run into the other ones and like have to just be like, oh, and just like skip, like reset, and just be like, all right, we're going for Chikorita. But yeah, 7-1. But here, at least, I know this is gonna sound bad. This is like me playing the world's smallest violin. But at least like the soft resets are not. They're not long, at least. They're definitely, of all the starter soft resets of any game, they're definitely the fastest. I want to say, don't quote me, maybe like something out there's faster. I think personally, I would say they're probably like the fastest. Oh, the virtual. Oh, true. Well then, okay. Now I'm changing my tune completely. No, that is actually legitimately. I must have like just misread a long time ago when you posted, but that is legitimately inspiring because yeah, those are not as fast, and obviously I don't think you see all three. You literally have to just pick one and hope, right? Dude, that is kudos to you, Aaron. That's incredible. Party hat Pikachu's today's Pikachu in Go. Nice, thanks, Aiden. They know how bad the fan base is. His lawyer did. Yes, it's true though. My lawyer has to make me say that I'm not responsible for anybody who goes paddle boating in an ocean. That is like really not smart. But yeah, no, that's actually like insane. Okay. I rescind my smallest violin. I will eat it, and I will just, you know, deal with it, digest it. Because yeah, that's my bad. Out of every shiny legendary, which one would you choose to shiny hunt? To be honest, I really, and I don't know if it's going to work out this way because I might just need one for reverse engineering Colosseum's Mount Battle. But I've really been wanting to shiny hunt Rayquaza. I've really been, like, obviously I will Master Ball it. I really want to get one in Emerald. I think it'd just be super cool. That's kind of the one. The only other one that I would want would be, like, Virizion. But the thing is like, I feel like Virizion, probably Rayquaza too, for all I know. But, like, I do feel like Virizion is kind of, like, because of the Ultra Wormholes now, it's just not, there's something to be said about, like, a shiny Pokemon, like, feeling rare. Like, feeling like all that was worth it. And that is one thing that it just does kind of suck, is that some people have, like, worked really hard to try to get a shiny, and then, like, another game years later will come out, and it's like, hey, your chances are like 1 in like 500 now. Go nuts. Try to get this shiny Pokemon. And they're like, but I also understand it as well because people want the shiny Pokemon and they still have to work for it. It's not like they're just handing them out, though sometimes they do that too. But I don't know. It's like, I do feel you gotta walk that like fine balance of like, because if everyone has one, then it just stops feeling as special, I guess. And I think that's also weirdly, I do feel like the shiny Heracross hunt was kind of a countermeasure to that of like, you know, post Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I'm just feeling like, oh man, all these like shinies are just like super easy to get now. Like it stopped feeling like a challenge in a way, which is really funny because like I think one of the last ones in Ultra Moon we were doing was Type Null, which is ironically one of like the few that I didn't get of like the Alolan Pokemon. But still, I was like, man, I want something just like more like rewarding, like something that's gonna take me a real long time. Like basically I was trying to chase that high of like the Cyndaquil, Suicune, like those ones, like, you know, like and especially Cyndaquil, like that, like 1 in 8,000. It could be Totodile, it could be anyway. And so I think like that's partially like this was like a response to that of like I want to get a shiny so rare that I literally have like never seen one. And obviously I've seen like a shiny Heracross in like other games, but not in this game, not this one, and not like the way that I'm trying to present it, which is like, you know, actually like moving in Colosseum and like, I don't know, it's just like you can't just like YouTube this, you know, and just pull one up and have like a bunch of results. And eventually there will probably be a day, because I know I'm not even the only person currently shiny hunting this specific Pokemon in this specific time period. So like there's other people going at it, and there's probably people who I don't even know about who are trying to get Heracross as we speak. Colosseum has definitely had a bit of a renaissance lately, and I think I'm just a part of that, you know. But I do think like even still, there's only going to be a handful of people like who ever really do get it and have like the evidence of it there. And I think like that's just so cool to me, is that, like I said it to Roy, is that like I could legitimately, with this Pokemon, if I catch this Pokemon and do what I'm trying to do with it in terms of like the ribbons and everything, I could legitimately like make history within the Pokemon community at large, which is almost impossible to do at this point, right? Like, it's almost impossible to do anything that's never been done before in Pokemon, because it's just such a beloved global franchise. And again, I'm sure someone has done everything that I'm even trying to do, maybe even down to Heracross. And maybe they did it back in like 2009. Like, I don't know, right? But I do believe if everything does happen the way I hope it happens, it might be the first recorded example of that. And that'd be really cool. That's all. Oh, no worries. Thank you so much for tuning in, Puffin. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your time listening to me rant. But take care of yourself, and I hope to see you in the future. Thanks so much for tuning in. I want Shiny Pheromosa, but I only own Ultra Sun. I had a reverse problem with that. I really wanted to get, I think it was Blacephalon? That whatever the new one was that was like crazy, I was like, I want to get that one. Didn't have the right game for it. Took me 3 weeks, but I also did get all 3 Gen 2 Shiny Starters and Heart Gold. So, oh, nice, Aaron. Yeah, that one, because it is fast at least, right? Like, that's the one thing I will give that game credit for, is that, like, yeah, it can take forever, and it is full odds, and you're not guaranteed anything, but you have the 3 chances, right? Each at full odds, but still 3 chances at full odds. It'd be like if he was throwing out, like, if the Ariados, the Masquerain, and the Heracross were all shiny, right? Like, all of them have full odds, but if I could catch all 3 and see if they're shiny, then I'm, like, tripling the... Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. But it's fast, right? Like, the resets are quick, fairly painless, you know? The games look gorgeous, so that helps a little bit, I think, as well. There's nothing like shiny hunting in, like, a dull game, you know? Roy, hello, welcome back. Yeah, no worries, Sonic Chow. You got an ocean to you know, get across. What's your favorite shiny water type? Favorite shiny water type? Probably... Oh, sorry. My favorite water type is probably Lantern. I really love Lantern. Lantern's like one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Really love Lantern. But, did I mention Lantern enough? But in terms of shiny water type... I'm actually like, my mind immediately went to like Gen 7, because Gen 7 just has fantastic shinies. Might be Greninja. I know that's not Gen 7, that's Gen 6, but might be Greninja just straight up. I really like Greninja a lot. It's the only, Froakie is the only water line I've ever picked. Like, ever. It's almost always been exclusively fire or grass, but Froakie, I just love that design. Greninja has an even better design. And then Shiny Greninja is like the best version of Greninja. It's just, it's so sick. It's so unbelievably like tied in with its like philosophy. I can clone you Blacephalon if you hunt me Pheromosa. Dude, I got my hands full. I gotta go for Heracross right now. I got no other choice here. I'm sorry, but yeah. I definitely appreciate it, Levi, but yeah, I'm literally like, I am on the Heracross. Roy knows. Like, I'm on the Heracross train, and I'm not shiny hunting anything else until I get this. Apart maybe from when Sword and Shield come out, all bets are off the table. But other than that, like, this is my, like, I'm dedicated to this. Like, this is my goal right now, is to get this Heracross. And I will, if I do catch this, I'm never trading that. No worries, Nathan. No worries. I hope it was a good one. Yo, the Celebi one is sweet. Can you still do the Celebi event, though? Wasn't it, like, locked to a time period or something? I nicknamed him Burst. Or, I guess, if you already downloaded it prior... Anyway, Burst is a great game. I actually have been thinking more about the name of this Heracross. And, again, it is going to depend if it's male or female, because that is going to, like, impact how I name it. But one name that's been kind of, like, you know, rattling around in my brain that I've kind of been focusing on, but I'm not guaranteed yet. But I'll propose it to you guys right now. Not that it's, like, guaranteed, but is the name Squish. Like, just Squish. Squish the shiny Heracross. Squish the Shadow shiny Heracross. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Just something I've been thinking about. No, like, no ties to it. No, you know, necessary, but... Canada, more like bad. Oh, Roy. Always the boy with you. Always the boy. Burst was Blacephalon's code name. That's true. That's actually, I never even put that together. That's awesome. It's a good name, dude. What's your least favorite shiny Pokemon you've caught? My least favorite, I'm gonna be straight up. I think it was probably like Yungoos. It just like, for a few reasons. One, we got it super quick, which like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the quickest ones, unless it's like a super rare thing like my Salandit or like this, where it's like you think you're gonna have to go forever and then you get it. Obviously, I haven't gotten this super quick. I would say spending 160 hours, even though I'd still be severely under odds, I think at this point I'm still like, it's like par for the course. Like, I definitely still worked very hard to get this one, if I get it even in the next like 1,000, you know? It's still way under odds, but it's still like, oh, he put in some work for that. He definitely, you know, it was not easy. However, yeah, like the Salandit, getting that in 30, like, that wasn't bad. But for the most part, I will say, if you're just going for like a very regular, very normal, very like, fairly easy, medium easy, like Pokemon, and you get it super quickly, you're just kind of like, oh, like that's it, like that's, because as a shiny hunter, a lot of it is the hunt, right? And like, to not have any hunt behind it, you're just like, oh, I guess I'll throw it in the PC box and never see it again. That's really how I felt about Yungoos. We got it super quick. It was like either right before, right after PAX, so like, I was super sick when I got it, and like, I think it was like the one I got after I recovered from my wisdom teeth. So I was like, still kind of like, just not feeling 100%. I don't think the color scheme is that great on it. I don't think the design of that Pokemon is that great. And then also, the thing about Yungoos is the second you catch it, everybody is just like, oh, you gotta name it Trump, you gotta name it Trump, it's Trump, it's Trump, 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 and you're like, so that was the one that I'm just like, I'm over it. Like, I just, yeah, Yungoos by far. Oh, no worries, Spoony. It's been super awesome talking again. I'm sorry, but I do gotta go. Almost my adult, grown-up, personal bedtime. Hey, I hear you. I will also hopefully be going to Snooze Land sometime, you know, around 10:30 or something. So I'm with you. I'm with you for sure. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was great to talk to you again. As always, your contributions to the chat are like just amazing, and it helps the stream go by for sure. So thank you for that. Take care of yourself. I do hope to see you in the future, but of course, I do understand that people get very busy. So I will say though, I don't know if you're going to be able to, but I would mark on the old Spoony calendar with the spoon. I would mark the, let me pull it up in my calendar here. I'm going to try to do a fairly bigger stream on August 22nd, I believe. I think that's the Thursday. So like 2 Thursdays from the one coming up. I'm going to be trying something cool, something a little different, something hype. So this the one kind of caveat to what I just said of like, I'm not going to be shiny hunting. If I am shiny hunting, it's going to be Heracross. So, but I might do different games. That's all I'm going to say. The 22nd, yeah. More like, Roy, I was getting all hyped up, and I was, you know, trying to be like, Spoony, come to my, you know, wonderful stream. And then you just call it bad, man. Who do you think you are? Michael Jackson? I have a bit of speech impediment, so shiny Shadow Squish would be a struggle. That is a lot of S's, including struggle as well, Nathan. Yeah, maybe, I definitely would only call it Squish. I definitely wouldn't be like, you know, shiny Shadow Squish, but I certainly see the point. Spoony, more like Spork. Got him. Roy, when are you gonna grow up, you know? When are you gonna grow up and become Roy Man? Oh, by the way, Roy, check this out, man. Roy Man, check this out. You're gonna enjoy this. Look what I got in Pokemon Go at the beginning of the stream. It was on stream. We caught this shiny. Oh, Kafifi would have been great. I think I named it like Tiff or something after Tiffany Trump because people like were really into the whole Trump thing. But yeah, you see that, Roy? You see that beautiful Scyther there? I hope you enjoy it. I'm a bad boy Scyther. Shiny Scyther, Roy. It's a shiny Scyther. You know what? Before the stream's up, I'll evolve it. Because I'm going to evolve it anyway. So, I'll tell you what. On 2156 after that, if we don't get a shiny Heracross, I'll at least show you guys a shiny Scizor in Pokemon Go. Because shiny Scizor, let's be honest, it's pretty cool. It's good shiny. It's much better than Scyther. No offense to Scyther. Scyther's a good shiny, but it's not great. It's just like, it goes a slightly different shade of green, and then like the features become like more pink, I guess, as opposed to like neutral. So yeah, but I'll definitely evolve it and show it off before I leave. What's your favorite shiny fighting type? This is spelled wrong because of forks. Night, Levi, take care of yourself. Good luck with your hunting, and just relax, man, and enjoy the rest of your night. It sounds like you had a pretty crazy shift at work, so definitely enjoy your night, man. What's my favorite shiny fighting type? You did ask that earlier, and or no, sorry, that was normal, I think. Fighting as well, though. I don't know. It's definitely got to be Jangmo. I'm kidding. Jangmo is not a good shiny. At least it's different. I'll give it that. At least it's different, but it's a poor thing. Show him what you got from me. Oh, I'll show him. I'll show him what I got if he's even still here, because you know he does like to pop in and then leave. But yeah, I got that bad Bonds. Roy Bonsley 140. That's if Roy ever becomes like a butler or something, he's gonna change his name to Roy Bonsley 140. Or Roy Butler 140 works as well, actually. I'm dumb. It should just be Roy Butler. And then for short, people just call him Roy Butt. Roy Butt 140. And then I got a Rayquaza. That's the one I was talking about. But anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 2150 encounters. We're going to 2156, so we only got a few more tonight. I appreciate everybody. If I become a butler, then something has gone catastrophically wrong. I mean, aren't you already kind of one, though, when you really think about it? Like, what you're doing day to day, waking up at, like, 4:30 a.m. to do. Isn't that kind of like a butler to somebody? You know? Think about it. Take a second. Ding! All right. Actually, for real. But sort of, yeah. From, you know, opening to when you go home. Like, that's kind of your job. And you're like, butler, more like bad. That's the laugh you make. You go, ha ha ha. Alright, 2151. Too many ones, I guess, for Heracross to shine for us. Although, oh no, I was going to say, I guess it's possible to get 2111, but it's not. At this point, the next most ones I think we could have would be 10,000. 10,111 would be the most in succession, I think. The most ones. Because right now, I think the maximum we can have is going forward is probably 2, right? Because it'd be 2211, 2311, 2411, right? So I think it'd be eventually getting to like 10, 0, or no, 10, 1, 1, 1. Or yeah, and then eventually 11. I don't know why I just did that. That was such a like nerdy thing to do, but yeah. That's my exact laugh. Ha 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 ha. Roy, have you ever heard the song In Too Deep by Sum 41? I feel like it could be kind of like a motto to live by for you, you know, like a musical mantra, if you will. But anyways, let's see if 2s work out better. 2152. Let's see. You never know. I had to tell Khan about what he's missing out on by not opening my gifts. Dude, it's a great shiny too. Like Bonsley, I was super hyped about that. I didn't even know Bonsley could be shiny. So like when it appeared, I was like, what is this? And like I was saying in Discord, I haven't seen a shiny Bonsley in a very long time. So I was just like, is this what it looks like? This is sick. Like this looks really good. Yeah, so Bonsley's awesome. Weirdly enough, I actually got like a bunch of like Gen 4 baby shinies. Like I also have a Budew shiny, which is like really cool. But anyway. Yeah, your shiny was very much welcome, Zane. Thank you again. I certainly was not expecting it. And then to hatch 2 shinies from like 2 eggs in one day. And again, like the Scyther wasn't like a special egg. It was literally just my own egg. Like it's probably from like weeks ago. Like that's super cool. Super cool. But that Heracross is not super cool. It's a blue Heracross, and you guys know we only have purple Pokemon on our teams. We have Espeon. That's it. We had to ditch the rest. That's why they're in the PC box. It's Espeon, And Heracross can only be on the team if it's purple. That's the rules. I don't make the rules, all right? It just came out yesterday with the gift event. Oh, so it's like super new. That makes a lot of sense because I was like, I had no idea. And then there you go. There you go, man. Unreal. Unreal. Yo, Draco's Domain. What's up, man? How did everything go? I know you had all the big festivities last time we spoke. I hope everything went great, dude. And so I knew Poliwag. I knew Poliwag for sure. I had no idea Bonsley, though. So that was a really nice surprise. And a pretty cool one, too. I have not watched the Wayno arc yet, Nathan. I have seen the intro for it, and it looked good. I've not seen the actual like art style or anything yet. I've still got a few more episodes of the Reverie to catch up on, anime-wise. But yeah, manga-wise, I'm totally caught up. I am completely caught up. And also very excited to see what happens. It's been really good lately, especially lately. Especially lately. Like, One Piece, obviously, like, it's never bad, but there's certain chapters that are just like, wow. And last week's was certainly a wow. Wow. Very Owen Wilson chapter, you know? That's how they should, like, rank the One Piece. It's like tier list is like, you know, F to S, and then there's Owen Wilson, which is like some of the Marineford stuff. You know, some of the Reverie stuff, I think. But yeah. All right, guys, male Heracross, which of course is the one that I'm going for. I'm not making any, you know, any, what's the word, deceits about that? I don't know. But yeah, I straight up just, I want the male one because I want, like, the horn. I think the horn is really cool, and I don't want it to turn into a heart. I just think it looks slightly worse. That's literally the only reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't care. I just want a good, like not even like a good nature, just like a non-bad nature, right? That's the main thing, regardless. First, it needs to be shiny. Second, hopefully it is like, you know, good nature, at least not a harmful nature, because we can worry about IVs and stats and stuff like that later on, honestly. There are ways that we can make it slightly better, but certainly the nature is kind of like built in, and yeah. And the gender, obviously, as well, is another thing that's like, it's just built in. I can't just be like, oh, you know what? I do want the horn one and not the heart one, so I'll just take it to the you know, the Polka gender guy. I don't know. Everything was great. That's awesome to hear. I'm very, very happy to hear that everything went, you know, good and great. And yeah, I hope both of you guys are doing very well. And yes, I think Zane asked the most important question. Anyway, we got 3 more, guys. 3 more tonight. Getting close to the end. And then again, I will not be streaming this Thursday. I will not be streaming next Thursday. Only Tuesdays. However, like I was saying to Spoonie before she left, and I think slightly to Roy, and he made fun of me for it. We will be... Sorry, one sec. I just want to initiate this. I will be streaming on Tuesday the 20th and Thursday the 22nd. And Thursday the 22nd is going to be a cool stream. It's going to be a good stream. I'm telling you. Thursday the 22nd. I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but I kind of, you know, it's going to be a good stream. Tried ramen for the first time, and it wasn't the... Tried ramen. Tried ramen for the first time, and it wasn't the best experience I've had, though. So much onion. Hey, dude. That's okay. It's not for everybody. I also have, like, 2 of my best friends also are not huge on ramen. Like, they'll eat it to, like, kind of appease, like, if I'm like, hey, let's go to ramen, and, like, Nad's like, let's go to ramen, they'll, like, go. They're not big on it. I will say, though, Roy, how did you literally just come back to, like, make fun of... Anyway, fun fact, though, Roy Boy actually does love ramen. True story. We took him to Tokyo, and he fell in love with ramen, and sometimes he, like, misses it and, like, sings to me. Like, I will get a call on Discord at, like, 2:30 a.m., and he'll be singing Hello by Lionel Richie, but he'll change the words to be like, ramen, is it me I've been missing? I don't know. It's really interesting, and yeah. He's like, the cup noodle doesn't work, and Nissan's just so-so, but I need to eat some ramen. I need to go to the place where I belong. where I sing this ramen song, where I eat it with some onion and a little pork bone too. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. The broth is good. And so I'll be honest with you, my God, there's different parts. Like certain places make better like ingredients that go into the, so like for example, when we were in Tokyo, we went to a place called Mutakiya Ramen, and it was like, the broth was like pretty good. Like I give the broth like an 8 out of 10, but it wasn't the best broth I've ever had. I wouldn't give like certain garnishes the best. The egg actually was like one of the parts that I was like a little disappointed in. I was like, the egg really wasn't like up to the, even some of the fast food places. However, the pork in it was unbelievable. And I know that like pork is obviously like, you know, but it was like, it's really good. And there's other places that I've had that do like a really good chicken ramen, and I like, they've like put like just really good chicken in it, you know? But yeah, it's really good. It's really good. And there's been other places as well that like have just had like the noodles, like the consistency of the noodles are just like, oh, just perfect. Like not too soggy, not like, you know, stale, like just amazing. But to your point, I think that like I am definitely, to me it's the broth. It comes down to the broth, because the other stuff is like, it's usually passable no matter what. Like, but the broth is where like a place really shines. And even Roy, who's been calling everything bad tonight, I think has to agree that the broth and ramen is just, it's tasty. I'm glad you at least tried it, though. There are certain people out there who just refuse to even try it. Your voice is kind of out of sync to the video, or am I imagining this? I doubt you're imagining it. I don't know what's changed or what's happened, and maybe it's because I'm using the GameCube. But ever since I've been doing like the Colosseum hunts, as the stream goes on, my voice just like becomes out of sync. I've tried to like fix it multiple times, but then it just like changes. Like the beginning of the stream will be out of sync, but the ending will be better, or vice versa. I really don't know how to fix it, to be honest. I have to like look into it. Maybe just updating OBS will like help, possibly. I don't know, but the good news is we're literally on the last one for tonight. But yeah, I've literally like watched back my VODs and stuff, and I've been like, there's just certain parts where I'm like, why is it like that? Hopefully it just like snaps back. I don't know. But you're probably not imagining things. Do. All right, guys. The last bug of the night, and then I have to go bug Nad. See what I did there? But yeah, the last Heracross. It's in sync for me. Oh, maybe it is just interesting then. But to his point, it definitely has at times been out of sync. So I wouldn't, anytime someone mentions that, I'm like, oh, it just synced up. Okay, yeah. Again, man, I don't know what it is. I literally think it's just like ever since I've been streaming from a GameCube, I think there's so many wires and stuff. Once in a while, it might like, it's very odd. I'm not sure why. The good news is, if we ever do catch this Heracross, I can like, you know, I'll have the recording and I'll make sure that it's sunk up for when I inevitably like upload the highlight or whatever. But yeah. Say hi to an ad for me. Oh, I definitely will. Come on, pink Hera. Pink and purple Hera. This one's not just pink, baby. It's got that purpleness. It's actually more purple than pink, honestly. Except weirdly, its eyelids are pink. Like it's very odd. But anyway, we're about to find out. I've been trying to get on a good sleeping schedule, but there's just too many things that I want to do tonight. Hey, as long as it, like, you know, maybe pick, like, 2 of those things, and why not, you know? You only live once, as Roy Boy used to say. Fun fact, Roy Boy is actually Drake. It's true. But let's YOLO this Master Ball at Heracross and see. That was so bad, but let's throw the Master Ball and see if it's Heracross. This is the last one of the night, ladies and gentlemen. 2156, the number that I promised early on in the stream. Let's go, baby. Drum roll, please. Roy Boy, can I get a purple yeah? You clearly didn't purple yeah the right way, because that is not a shiny Heracross. That is a regular Heracross. Roy Boy, if that is your real name. Alas, guys, Roy Boy ruined it for the night. He's awful and terrible, and obviously hates everything fun. But the good news is, I'm gonna keep at this on the off like off of stream, and I will be streaming again next Tuesday. Maybe we'll have the Heracross by then because I'll get it off stream. I doubt it, but maybe, and then maybe we can continue. I don't know. But what I do know is tonight was a really fun stream, guys. I felt like it went by very, very fast. If it wasn't for the fact that like I am actually pretty tired and do have to be up for work tomorrow, I would like I wouldn't actually even mind going for another few. But I promised Nat I would only go to like this amount. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you came in early, if you came in late, if you already left, I appreciate you, your time, your energy. Thank you again, Zane, for that gift. Oh, before I leave, of course, like I said, I am going to evolve the Scyther. I don't have sound on, unfortunately, so there will be no sound. But we are going to evolve Scyther with the metal coat. Let's go. Did it go? Nope. Tap. There we go. All right. We're going to evolve Scyther. I think I just, like, unlocked something, too, which is cool. But, yeah. Shiny Scyther evolving into Shiny Scizor in Pokemon Go. At least we're going to get to see one. Well, we already got to see one cool shiny, but we're going to get to see this one as well. I think it's done. Yeah, there it is. That, like, snot green, lime, more than lime green. I don't even know what you call that, but it's nice. I actually really like it. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. I don't know if you can see it all good there. I know the camera's having a hard time. But anyway, that's the Scizor. Thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate the heck out of y'all. Demon Gone. Oh, you added me on Pogo. Nice. I will definitely add you back. Please take care of yourself, Demon Gone. I'm so glad to hear that everything went well. I will hopefully see you in the future as well, my friend. Take care of yourselves, friends. Treat each other kindly. And as I always say, I love your faces. And happy hunting, baby rhinos. Boop, 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 boop. And, yeah, hopefully we'll get it.
First breath, blossoming in a soil reclaimed from the past, where destiny holds fast. Here where we stand, hand clenched in hand, everyone caught in the struggle. This is the day we find